as the Dodgers are in New York to take on the Mets. First pitch at 6:30 on ESPN AM 1250. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome in to the Morning Huddle on 94.1. I'm A.J. Hoffman. He is Rob Thompson.
That's good.
What's up, Rob?
Today.
What a
I
day.
am the luckiest. And-
Hump day.
Hey, yeah, man, we made it. It's Wednesday. Normally I would say, you know why I know
Hump
that?
day.
It would be because the trash was out and it dawned on me as I got into the car and listened to my morning Shannon grunt that get me going. I left the trash by the side of the house.
What a dope.
Yeah, I'm a dope.
What?
But I got a boy that will take care
I
of
was going
such
to say,
things.
it's not my job to do that.
No, it's his job. He was just gone last night. He was watching the Yankee game at a bar.
Oh.
And
he slept at the bar?
Well, no, he was there. He'll get it out. But I
Okay.
didn't. Normally, to me, the garbage can by the side of the road tells me, oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. Because it becomes,
Yeah.
kind of like the car wash.
Well, and your buddy's with the garbage man.
Yeah. He's not my garbage man. He's just a garbage man on the route.
Oh, I thought he was your guy.
No, that's the random thing about this whole thing. Because he was using my turnaround, my driveway, to turn his truck around.
Okay.
And one morning, we met head on at, 3:45 or 3:30 in the morning. And that's a random thing for us.
Yeah.
I'm sure it certainly scared the crap out of me. And I talked about it on air. A week later, I ran into him at the
gas
Valero
station.
gas station on the corner. He goes, "Hey, you're Rob Thompson. You know why I know that? It's because I listened to you, and you talked about me this week."
But he's not the guy who picks up your trash.
No, he's with an entirely different company because it was on a day where I didn't have trash.
Oh, okay.
So
See, I would prefer that. I would prefer, like,
I don't want him knowing my trash.
no, yeah, like somebody.
Oh, no.
I don't want a listener to know
There's some things I need to burn.
to pick up my trash because he might go through my stuff.
I don't want to see all. There's some
Oh my!
nothing that I could indict, but certainly would make me a person of interest.
My emptied out cat food cans, and I live the most boring life now. It probably wouldn't matter, but
No, I don't want anybody to see like the entry, like Flomax bottles and Viagra.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man. No, that preparation hates. That's for my eyes. Yeah. See, I learned that in makeup. No, I'm only going through a bottle a year, not a month. I know what I stepped on. I didn't mean that.
And then he's like, "Well, I remember your bottle from last week. I don't know what you're talking
This
about."
dude's going through like 3 bottles of Metamucil a week, man. What's going on with him?
I would just blame it on my wife. Oh yeah, that's my wife. Yeah, it's she's not very regular.
No, we got loose stools. We do,
Yeah. What can we? What can I say?
We all have our El Guapos.
What a day it is to be alive in San Antonio. The word on the street is, Rob, it's going to be cold today.
I'm going to truly do some crowdsourcing today. So all of those
You're wearing
mini
shorts. Okay.
I am. I'm equipped for this. As Vic and I walked in the door this morning, I said, "Vic, this is rather symbolic because I feel like we're walking in the door and it's summer, and when we walk out the door, it's going to be fall, and it better be."
Finally.
My wife has even said it, and I even told it to you. I've become obsessed with the weather. I talk about it nonstop.
You're like the old people in that commercial.
I am. I've truly become
You're
a guy.
becoming your parents.
It's because it's been so damn hot.
Honestly, it hasn't been that hot.
Oh, I go home every day and walk my dogs. They need it, I need it. So I normally hit the street about 11 to 11:30. Dude, it is hot.
Has this happened to me because I lived in Vegas for so long that
I think
I
so.
don't think we had a brutal summer here?
We didn't have a brutal summer.
Okay, then what are we talking about?
I'm just talking about it is now October the 16th, and it was 98 degrees yesterday. I know it in Vegas it was 102, and in Phoenix it was 108 for 27 consecutive days. I know, but it's not the heat. It's just the humidity. No, it's just the time. I'm tired of walking in. I'm sweating beyond belief, and I sit down and I see somebody in like Kansas City in like a beanie and a jacket, and everybody's happy and skipping around, and I think they're already having Thanksgiving, and I'm sweating my ass off. I'm ready for it to cool off, man. I think the effect for global warming in San Antonio, honestly, is that we are going to have much more milder early summers. I think we're going to be wetter. It has been the last couple of summers.
So we're going to get global warming.
Heat later. These hurricanes in October. This seems awfully late to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's because we just kind of shifted later. So
maybe they're all going to start hitting east and stay away from us.
I'm not, Florida's a bunch of sinners.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
not
Florida.
saying Sodom and Gomorrah.
I mean, listen, I don't want hurricanes to hit Florida.
I don't.
I wish they'd hit Cuba instead.
Don't look back. You turn into sand, salt. Same thing, really.
Somewhere else nothing against Cubans, but some place that's not America.
I'm just saying.
They just happens to be close.
So if you're north, and before I got
just don't hit Texas.
If you're north, let me know. If you're out, the moment you feel it coming, the moment you walk outside and you feel that little breeze and your nipple gets a little hard, little shimmy.
It's a chili.
Yeah, let me know. I want to know it's here so I can run outside.
Like when you watch the baseball game last night, all the guys are wearing like the head things and all covered up. We're playing baseball in the cold. It's like,
meanwhile, I got swamp butt and I'm like
jealous.
At some point, it's got to stop.
I mean, to be fair, yesterday I was driving and my iPhone said your charge has been put on hold until it returns to normal temperature.
Yeah, see, it's
like that seems unnecessary, but
normally, honestly, it's about time. And the first true cold snap always comes the second weekend of Worst Fest.
And when is Worst Fest?
It's normally the first weekend in November. It's it's not Oktoberfest, so they call it Worst Fest, but 2 weekends, normally the second weekend. Just plan on packing a jacket.
Okay.
So that's just kind of my South Texas lore. So we're on target. I'm just getting old and surly.
Okay.
And that was 90. Now 90, I can get 90, 91, 88. I get it. 98?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's too much, man.
Well, I wonder how cold it's supposed to get.
Oh, frigid, like high 50s.
Okay. Today?
No. Well, yeah, I think over the next couple of days, up in the hill country, I think it's going to get down into the 40s. No kidding. But it's still going to get up into the 70s and 80s, mid-80s soon. But it's the morning cool, which is what I'm looking forward to. And just don't be so flipping hot. But it's going to be back in the mid-90s next week. We're not done with this.
So what's it going to be like at noon today?
70s.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like 74,
I might nap
75.
with my window open.
Oh, but that's supposed to be a bit breezy. But it's going to be beautiful. But I want to know if you're north, like, some of y'all are, internet stuff. I don't care if you're in Kansas. But if you're north of San Antonio, north of us, if it's blowing through, I saw it's like 72 in Kerrville. It's 79.
Nice.
Or, no, it was 69 at my house. So I think it's
nice.
So it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
So let me know. When it gets nipply outside your house.
Matt, who listens every day, I think today is in like Romania or something like that. I don't know if the weather there if that's far enough north.
Okay, so when you think Romania right now, what do you think the weather is?
I've got no idea. I imagine it's like fall.
All I can picture is some dude in some kind of like worn out bear coat, just with like frost on their coat, on their beard.
I'm so jealous
kind of
of
animal
him
skin hat
because Matt was here in San Antonio for a little while. And when he left San Antonio, I
know Matt? This is Matt.
The Matt that was here.
Oh, wow. Hey, Matt.
So Matt is
Godspeed, brother.
Yeah, he left here and went to Europe and has been like traveling around Europe and he's not coming back until the election's over. Like he's waiting he said, I planned this trip. And Matt is kind of a wanderer.
He is a leaf on a stream. Yeah.
He's got nothing to tie him down.
He's a digital warrior.
He goes where the world takes him, which I'm a little jealous of in a way. Like it seems like
I can't live like that, but I envy those who could.
Yeah, he showed up to San Antonio with a backpack, and that's like
his worldly possession.
That's what he's got. Yeah, and it's like
a minimalist.
He really is a minimalist.
A minimalist.
And I dig it. I think it's like if you can live that way, awesome.
Romania.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was still a country.
He's been in like Bucharest and Budapest. And
have you been to Budapest?
I've not. I'd like to go. But he's at Transylvania. He's been all over the place.
So he's been to where
the castles.
Vlad the Impaler's
yes. So I imagine it's chillier there than it is here.
Like I said, I picture him now because Matt doesn't have any facial hair, but he needs to have a beard with like icicles on it.
I don't think it's that cold.
And like a former Soviet Union trench coat.
I bet it's
sitting
not that
around
cold.
some kind of oil can with fire. Yeah. Eating some kind of drinking frozen bad vodka.
Even at the games in London, it's like there was a bunch of guys not even wearing jackets. There were some wearing jackets, but not everybody.
Well, the other great thing about today is within the next 48 hours, we're all going to have our first Han Solo sightings.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
The Han Solo attire will be out the next 48 hours.
The boots.
The yoga pants.
Yeah.
The boots.
Oh, like
and the
furry
puffer
boots
vest with the turtleneck. The Han Solo look.
I don't know.
That I find so fetching.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, you'll see.
You like this look?
Oh, I find it. No, I'm all for yoga pants in all sorts. I mean, they're comfortable, they're stretchy, and everybody's comfortable.
Are these the furry boots, like the?
No. These are like the
Uggs?
riding boots. They go up to you.
Like these.
See, we're talking about the Han Solo attire, the female Han Solo attire that is very
edition.
imminent.
Okay.
Yeah.
The yoga pants, the tall boots, the puffer vest or vest of some sort.
I've never understood the purpose of a vest.
Oh, vest. I never did either. But once you go vest, you never come back.
I'm never going vest. It looks crazy.
No, vests are great because they're a layer. They're not overly hot, but all you need to do is keep your core warm. I'm telling you, I've got like 5 of them now, and I was not a vest guy. And the pockets.
I don't need more pockets.
Where are you keeping your gun?
In a holster?
In your vest?
No.
Oh, see? Where you keep your ammo?
I don't carry extra ammo.
What about your gas mask?
Dude, I don't need those
vests
things.
Vests are an appropriate thing in this day and age.
I don't need those things.
No, I started wearing a vest hunting, and I'll tell you what, I converted quickly.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
You're going to be envious of the comfortability I'm going to have over these next several. You're going to look over and go, why is Rob got a smile on his face?
I'm a hoodie guy. I like the hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
But a hoodie and a vest, that's next level.
No, it's too much.
Oh.
It's too much.
It's not too much.
Plus, the vest would cover up your pouch.
You don't need it because you got better pockets on the outside.
No, I love the pouch.
The pouch sucks.
I love the pouch.
The pouch sucks. It pulls your garment down. It just hangs. No, the pouch sucks.
Well, you're putting too much stuff in your pouch.
Well, I got a big-ass pouch.
The thing about the pouch is it's accessible from both sides.
Well, yeah, but so do your pockets. And you got a variety of pockets. And
okay, but let's say
you get in and get your weapon here.
Okay, let's say you're in a situation
over here. What?
Let's say you're in a situation where your left hand's been bitten off by a raccoon.
Uh-huh.
And your gun to shoot the raccoon is in your left pocket. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to reach around. I'm good at that.
You're not that good at it. It's not fast enough. By the time you do that raccoon's going to have overtaken you.
I would have I'd have gone around. Yeah. Well, if it's a rabid raccoon, I'd just soon go anyway. I'm kind of like yesterday's conversation. I don't want to outlive this thing.
Good.
I'll fight hard, but in the end, if it's over, it's over.
Speaking of outliving things, Jerry Jones continues to be alive, and we got into it a little yesterday. Woo. The fallout has been great. It's been grand. It's been wonderful. And we'll have plenty to discuss on it. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your early morning commute. For the most part, we are in good shape. This road work on 90 westbound, General McMullen to Acme on the west side, that's in the clearing stages. A stall on 90 Frontage Road westbound just before 36th Street, that is taking up a right lane. Minor accident on the east side right at Foster Road, northbound just past I-10. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's homecoming for the UTSA Roadrunners. This Saturday, be at the Alamo Dome as the Roadrunners host Florida Atlantic in their homecoming family weekend game presented by UT Health San Antonio. It's also their Salute to Healthcare game where healthcare workers can get buy one, get one tickets. Tickets starting at just $21. It's the UTSA Roadrunners hosting FAU this Saturday in the Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your tickets now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
George gets justice.
At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Macy's is here to help you shift seasons in style. Shop fall wardrobe must-haves like matching knit sets and dresses, quilted jackets and puffers for her, and vintage-inspired sweaters he'll love. And Macy's has great deals on home essentials like cozy blankets and throws and modern kitchen appliances. Plus, Star Rewards members earn rewards on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Learn more at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Today at Macy's.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Is it safe to assume that by now everybody has heard the Jerry Jones audio from yesterday? Am I safe in assuming that, you think?
I think
I've got it if we need to.
I think Matt in Romania has heard it in Romanian by now. And by the way, it was a good day for radio yesterday. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. It was huge, yeah.
A good day for local sports talk radio.
I'm going to play a clip, which is kind of the clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing because yesterday we played a good chunk of the interview live. But I'm going to play the clip that has everybody talking, and then we'll discuss where this is coming from and where it's going to lead to for Jerry Jones.
Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Or are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay, I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners, and I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is by the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions, okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
Woo! Did we ever?
Did we ever? So, first of all, I mean, Jerry Jones saying I'll find other people to do it. Jerry doesn't. Jerry does not own the fan. He does not run the fan. Right. He does not.
No, but he owns the rights to broadcast the Cowboys. He could pull the rights.
He could.
I guarantee you the program director and everybody else in that building knew exactly what he was talking about. Which is an idle threat and would be, it's not unprecedented.
Does Jerry, the question is, does Jerry want a state-run media? Is that what he's hoping for?
No, Jerry was hot yesterday. That's not going to happen. He's no fool. But
because one of the things I give Jerry the most credit for is that I don't know that if you're a Cowboy fan, I don't know if you understand what the rest of the league is like. The idea that an owner is made available like multiple times a week to the media it doesn't happen in the rest of the NFL.
No.
I spent 11 years in Houston, and I talked to the owner of the Texans twice. It is not a usual thing. Not only that, the idea that the head coach comes on our station.
Yeah.
A lot of teams don't. Their head coach doesn't have media radio obligations.
We have such a dichotomy in San Antonio because on one side, I've had drinks with Jerry. I have hugged his wife. That's the kind. I have the Spurs on the other hand are the Iron Curtain. We have both remarkable access and actual rest of the world access with the Spurs.
The Spurs, trust me, the Spurs are more like most of the world.
No,
most of the sports
world.
And
that's why I'm so worried about what happened yesterday because it was apparent on Sunday. We even talked about it on Monday that the look on Jerry's face in the fourth quarter, you could tell, I'm sick of this crap because he knew what was coming. He knew that the next several days were going to be awful. He's been here before, and he was loaded and ready for bear yesterday. He was ready for an ambush. He woke up mad, and he knew it was coming. And it wasn't a Woody Hayes punching a player moment, but it was a rather significant time where he finally went to the red. He's always gone to yellow and brought it back with humor and money.
Yeah.
And this time he went and he blew a gasket.
I think I might have a theory on why that happened. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your early morning commute. For the most part, we are in good shape. This road work on 90 westbound General McMullen to Acme on the west side, that's in the clearing stages. A stall on 90 Frontage Road westbound just before 36th Street, that is taking up a right lane. Minor accident on the east side right at Foster Road, northbound just past I-10. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we got a huge college football game coming up this weekend, Texas and Georgia. So let's talk about it with our good friend Bob Ballou from KI Sports.
Plus more fallout from Jerry Jones' tirade yesterday on the radio, his comments from the owners' meetings. We'll discuss the Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Trane heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. TraneInfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hey, sports bettors, Joe Reinigle here to tell you about my favorite sportsbook and casino, BetUS.com. You know, football is back, so it's time to get in on the action. I endorse one sportsbook and casino, and that is BetUS. BetUS went large for you this season. A huge offer, 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Get started today at BetUS.com or give them a call, 1-800-MY-BetUS. BetUS, where the game begins.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Do you want to add more fun to watching NFL games? Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Make sure you go download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com and start playing the Pick'em game. Love playing Pick'em just about every game I play. Love winning money. You too can as well. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, field goals made. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up is easy. Just go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle. Talking Jared Jones this morning. Now, Rob, I'm gonna throw out a theory here. You can tell me if you think this is off base or not. When I was thinking about this yesterday, I considered this fact. Jerry Jones just had his 82nd birthday.
Yeah.
Is it possible that this is just a sign of, like, Jerry Jones is getting? I know
where you're going.
He's
with
been
this.
an old man, but
Yes.
like this is like a senior moment.
Absolutely. I think not. Is it? It is. Reverse that. It is a sign. This is not. Jerry has never done this before.
Yeah, and
at least not in a situation like this.
And it can happen fast. Like, consider Jerry. Think about this. Jerry Jones is older than Joe Biden. Like, and now put that into perspective. And
yes.
Remember when Joe Biden was the vice president of the United States, I never had the idea that he was like this.
No, the joke was he was
over.
old man strong, that he would whoop your ass in the back alley because he's, Joe Biden strong. But that's been 8 years ago, man. 10 years ago.
Everybody hits a point where you become less.
Well, I don't think you mean that he's gone incoherent.
That's not what I mean. But
there is obviously he is a changed man. This is not where he was, and I think, like I said, I think he was itching for a fight yesterday, and he got it. He wanted a fight. He got on that call, waiting for it. He said, "If you're not going to talk," and he knew it. If you're not going to talk about the good things I've done, don't just bring up the bad.
Yeah.
And that's a man who was already on the defense, who had already been reading the papers and already been watching Stephen A. dancing around with a cigar and a cowboy hat. And he got on air yesterday, and we heard what was in fact going through his brain. No double talk. No, I'm upset. No coach speak. He's mad, and he's mad that he doesn't get the credit he does deserve for the things he did do right, knowing full well that he screwed the pooch on this one.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm sorry, I screwed this up." But my concern for the franchise is once you start looking like you're this volatile, then the sharks start circling in a lot of different places. And it'll be places that me and you and the media and the fans will never see. It's other places. The sharks that are really chasing things, money and power. When they see a man slipping of that, things start happening on the fringes that you start to unravel. And you have to fix this fast. Whether it might not even need to be fixed, but it's something that has to be addressed because he's the owner of the largest sports franchise in the world.
Yeah.
And the ramifications just financially of the ripple effect of him being a little unstable affects a lot of things in a lot of places.
And it's why I don't know if he's unstable, but that was certainly kind of an unstable moment.
Unstable move. It was.
And as you get older, and 82 is old. Let's call it what it is. 82 is I've never met a young 82-year-old. But that is when moments start to happen, it's not going to go the other way.
Steven tomorrow on the Blitz is going to be very interesting.
Oh yeah.
If he's on, maybe the bye week is going to
not.
keep him off. Probably not. We're going to miss that. No McCarthy on Friday.
Although Jerry's doing his media during the bye week.
He did, but again, I feel like he came on looking for a fight. This was not a spur of the moment, "Hey, how dare you." This felt like from the beginning of the interview, he was just waiting for it. And I think he felt like a couple of radio yahoos would be an easy jump off. You know what I mean?
Do you think Jerry felt better?
No, I think he hung up the phone. He's a media savvy dude. He hung up the phone thinking that didn't go well. I guarantee you. I guarantee you he hung up and walked out, went, "Yeah, oh man, I just made a rough situation worse."
Yeah. And dude, if you're talking about, like, Jerry wants to present this as like I'm not panicking. It's not. Things are okay. But then the behavior says you're panicking.
Well said. Exactly.
It's the everything is fine meme.
There's nothing to see here. Carry on. Nothing to see here. Carry on. There's a lot to see here. Don't deny it.
Yeah, like everything's fine. He's looking around at all the fire. Everything's fine.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
And
Move
then
along.
Yesterday was the first day where he started waving his arms around, going, "Oh no, it's not fine." I don't know. And
so,
it's
what
not
would
fine.
be the reaction? Is there a way to? You can't nullify it, but you can mollify it. You know, we can maybe buff off the rough edges of what happened yesterday. So if you're Jerry and Steven and the brain trust that is the Dallas Cowboy media machine gets together, what do you do if you're Jerry today? Do you hole up and disappear? Do you jump on the first camera? Do you jump into a
apologize?
Do you come back on and say, "Hey, man, I had a bad day yesterday, and I that's not me." That's kind of the avenue I'd take. I'd call and say, "You know what, Sean and RJ, let's do you yahoos deserve a better day," because I don't think you can let this fester. Because again, he's the king. There's a lot of people that aspire to the throne, both within and without, and you cannot look in the least bit shaky.
I think this is the other thing. You know what? We'll take one more break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you the other thing I took from yesterday. That if you're a fan of the Cowboys, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you're not going to like. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres is my general practitioner physician. He wasn't when I first met him. In fact, he was a guy who I thought just ran a weight loss clinic when I walked in the door. What I met was a man that was energized and challenging, a doctor who had the very best in mind for me in ways that I had never felt before. Most doctors met me, talked a little bit, and prescribed a medication and carried on. I'll see you in 6 weeks or call me if there's a problem. That was never Dr. Torres. When we first met talking about weight loss, he kept talking about long-term, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself and how do you see us getting there? And he talked that way because he knows that the process that he's put together works, and it's a long-term solution, not a short-term fix to what has been a long-term issue. He taught me how to eat, taught me how to lose weight, something that I can carry on and have these 8 years. If it's time for you to lose weight, if doctors have told you more medications and more time is all you need, maybe you need to talk to a different doctor, one who looks for your functional health first. Certainly get all the medications you need, but the effort to get you off that all you are currently required goes hand in hand with losing weight. The number he has is 210-468-1891. His website, it's iffhealth.com. Tell me, go there. Use it as a tool. Answer the questions he asks. I think it'll open your eyes. If it's time to lose weight, if you've decided to put down the pounds and start living a healthier lifestyle, there's no better place to call than Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call him today. I'm sure you'll come by and thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish, chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half-geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So, I want to throw this out there, and you tell me if you think I'm off base, but one of the things that I took from this whole thing, and I don't think this would have happened 10 years ago, is the standard has been lowered in Jerry Jones' mind. Like, for the longest time, I thought of Jerry as one of these guys who was like, if we don't win the Super Bowl, the season's a failure.
Oh, I still think that's...
Dude, the things he said yesterday, if we're not going to talk about the wins, we're not going to talk about the good things. If you're looking for praise for, 12-win regular seasons, first-round playoff exits, that's not the Jerry Jones that I thought he was.
No, you're right. I will say that he is a man now that is looking at his legacy more than his future. I will completely
that feels
agree with
different,
you.
Right? Like, yeah. It had 10 years ago, if they were in this situation, Jerry would have been. I feel like he would have been pissed off too. Like he would have
I agree with you. No,
he
you're right.
wouldn't have wanted to talk about the positives.
I don't think he's lowered his standards about the Super Bowl. I think he is more eager to get the Super Bowl than he ever has before, because he's a man who when you say think of the good things I've done, that's a man talking about his legacy. What am I going to leave this game? And I don't want to leave this game being talked about the way I have been for the last 36 hours. And I'm very worried that if I don't fix this fast, I'm going to be remembered as this monumental loser. And in my mind, I'm not. Look, I've built the wealthiest franchise of all time. I have won 3 Super Bowls. It's been a minute, but I have. I've hired great coaches. I've gotten all pros, and all I do is get hammered for paying a quarterback and keeping dudes that most people want.
But now it's like, instead of he talks a lot about attendance and branding. Like, look how big the Cowboys brand is. It's like, dude, that's not things he used to talk about as successes. I know he thought them in the back of his mind, but he would never use those to cover up on-field failure.
No, I agree with that. But again, I think it's a guy who's looking in his rearview mirror a lot more than he's looking through his windshield. I think he sees the end, and my gosh, look at how people are talking about me. Remember all the stuff I did do? And I think he sees I'm about to end this thing, and people think I'm a bum.
Yeah.
How dare y'all? If you yahoos won't ask me about the good stuff, I'll find some yahoos who will. Really? You think your geniuses come with me to this group of 32 and ask them, all 31 who haven't won one recently, what did they do wrong?
Dude, I don't know. It feels to me like in Jerry's mind, and maybe you're right. Maybe I'm sure he still wishes that they could win championships.
Well, I think he wakes up thinking about it every day, every second, because he's constantly reminded of it.
Yeah.
And again, that was so not Jerry that he was just itching for a fight, and he created one. He didn't have to fight with them yesterday.
Yeah.
He could have done his typical Jerry doublespeak and gotten off the phone. But the moment he went someplace and you could tell the tenor of his voice went, all right, you want to fight? Let's fight. You could tell, okay, all right. And it turned. And I think he caught himself later, but the level at which he went is someplace he's never been before. And once you go it, it's easy to get back.
Yeah.
Once you blow the gasket's a little weak. And so next time the pressure release valve needs to go, it goes a little bit sooner. And that's the worry if I'm working around Jerry. Because next time might happen quicker, and it might be something for a little bit less.
I like the whole idea of him protecting his legacy now, to me, makes it feel like I want you to remember me for the good times.
Exactly. That's a guy who's like writing his memoirs,
But you don't do that if you still think there's another chapter of that.
Well, you know what? Maybe Sunday afternoon, the middle of third quarter, he went, there's no way. I don't have enough time.
That's what I'm saying. He might really be coming to the grips that
it's his 82nd birthday. He's getting his teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
He has just signed a quarterback for far more money than he's worth. He's got a wide receiver that's bitching that he doesn't even like his quarterback. He's got the best player on his team isn't even playing, and he doesn't even sure if the guy likes playing likes playing football other than being a famous football player who's naturally good at something. And I'm going to have to pay him too. I can see where in the middle of the fourth he was like, and I could be on my boat in Monaco today.
Well, and you know what else? Think about the other thing that happened yesterday. It didn't happen when this happened, but it's happened since. Amari Cooper got traded for more than the Cowboys got for him. Like, there's no way Amari Cooper's stock is higher
Don't
now.
bring that up, man. That's like talking about getting kicked in the nuts. So, oh, by the way, dude,
I'm telling you,
4 years later, he's more valuable. You're going to tell me that?
Yeah, it is raining hard in Frisco. I don't know if it's actually raining, but it's raining over. There's a cloud over Jerry right now, and it is tough to deal with. All right, you know what? Let's talk about that on the other side. Let's talk about the Amari Cooper trade and the ramifications of that and how it relates to the Devante Adams trade.
Tay, you mean?
Tay. A-Rod's boy, Tay. Lordy. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your early morning commute. For the most part, we are in good shape. This road work on 90 westbound, General McMullen to Acme on the west side. That's in the clearing stages. A stall on 90 Frontage Road westbound just before 36th Street. That is taking up a right lane. Minor accident on the east side right at Foster Road, northbound just past I-10. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
Halloween's coming alive at Target. Jackie and Gordy the Jack-O-Lanterns here with a front porch view of Target's Halloween deals, like 20% off costumes with Target Circle. We're talking rock stars, witches, princesses.
Ooh, I think I'd look good with a cape.
I think so too, Gordy. Plus, hit the trick-or-treat jackpot with 20% off candy.
Now that's how you get porch traffic.
This week only, save 20% on costumes with Target Circle and 20% off candy. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Can you dig it? Come into any Ewald Kubota dealer and dig the savings on the full line of Kubota excavators. Like 0%, 0 down for 48 months. Plus, save up to $10,000 off. Come see us. Kubota deals are here. Kubota deals are now.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs fell 120-117 to the Miami Heat in their first roadie of the preseason, now going 2-2. In Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees took down the Guardians 6-3 in Game 2 of the ALCS. Game 3 of the NLCS is tonight as the Dodgers are in New York to take on the Mets. First pitch at 6:30 on ESPN AM 1250. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Brigade Bar letting us know that it is cooling down.
Yes, sir.
We got people reporting in the 60s.
Can we be like?
Yes.
Can we have class outside today?
Let's just go sit outside and do the show.
Let's sit outside and have class.
We should do our show in that
in our little what do we call those?
Courtyard.
Yeah, I guess so. There you go, courtyard. In our courtyard, we have everything but the mics.
Or we could do it in that lounge and just open the doors.
Oh yeah. I would think so. I think one of us needs to call Greg Shelton and wake him up. Tell him we want to do our show outside.
Shelton will freak out.
Oh, big deal.
Let's just wake him up and say, hey, can you
He's
set
probably
up
in a good mood.
Studio?
He's probably in a good mood because the weather's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No. What else does he have to be grumpy about?
See, Shelton gets his energy from
I don't know what he's got.
From sadness and anger. He's an energy vampire.
Yeah.
The worse things are, the better he is. And no, some people are like that. I don't mind it. I mean, some of us just feed off negative energy, and the worse off everybody is around him, Greg thrives. That's when Greg is skipping around whistling.
I just push positive energy onto him, and I can tell it annoys him so much.
He reflects it. It comes back at you as just like negativity.
Oh, he hates it. He hates it when I talk nice to him.
But it makes him stronger.
I know.
He just sucks it in, and it comes back at you stronger. So wake him up. See if we can.
Let's see if we can.
I kid you, Greg. We love you, despite your Longhorn and Texan fandom.
The Buffalo Bills trade for Amari Cooper, and you told me, do you know what you're getting here?
Be careful of what you want.
Listen, I've gotten to the point where now I will say I'm glad that Stephon Diggs is not on the Buffalo Bills anymore. Like would it be nice? I've been saying, would it be nice to have that weapon? Sure, but I don't. To me, the guy that's most important on that team was being targeted by a guy less important for nonsensical reasons, and I was like, it's not worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I get that Amari Cooper has his issues too.
That maybe he's been through the valley of death.
It's quite possible.
You know what? He's been through the Deshaun Watson experiment, and he's a stray dog now that's now going to get a regular meal. I think he might be a good soldier, but I have memories of him as a Cowboy being a bit of a front runner and pouting when he wasn't the number one guy. So Josh is getting a little bit of a different version, but kind of the same Stephon Diggs attitude. You better look at me first kind of thing, which is diva wide receiver stuff.
Listen, he's getting the best wide receiver he's ever, or best quarterback he's ever played with.
Truth, and I think that matters.
That helps.
How much does this apply? I think it's going to help Buffalo. There's no doubt a guy like Amari Cooper's going to help.
Yeah, they've needed it. It's been missing.
And I think we can say the same thing with Devante Adams. But what do you see as the difference in his arrival as opposed to Cooper's arrival for Josh?
The difference I see is that Devante Adams he's not capable of fixing the problem that exists in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Amari Cooper is fixing an issue that Buffalo has. And you know what? In the worst case scenario, let's just say that he doesn't end up helping. The Bills are paying $1 million for the rest of the season of Amari Cooper.
So what does that tell you about Cleveland and Cooper? What does that tell you about what's going on in Cleveland?
Cleveland understands that this year is lost.
So you think they're setting him free instead of kicking him out?
They're setting him free.
Okay.
They understand that this year is lost. They can get a third-round pick back. Now, mind you, they got a third and a seventh, and they had to get a sixth, or they had to give up a sixth and pay most of this out. Like, they eat the $24 million guaranteed that they gave him.
So do you think it was ripping the locker room up? I mean, that's a lot.
No, I don't.
To give up. Okay.
There's one thing that is tearing that locker room up, and you know exactly what it is.
But maybe he was the one speaking the truth.
I don't know.
You know, I just wonder.
But I do
they
think
dumped that guy quick.
No, I do think they realize that there's nothing good is going to come from this.
And they got a fair value.
It's being wasted.
So, yeah.
Like, it really is being wasted. Like, when all those backups were playing last year, Amari Cooper put up some good numbers.
He's been doing pretty decent this year. He and Judy both. I mean, they're not having bad years, but it just seems to me that exactly what you said. And I think Devontae's going to help the Jets, but he's not going to help them in the right way.
It doesn't fix the root of the issue.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid on a deep wound. It doesn't fix the problem.
You know, I saw something yesterday. Ryan Fitzpatrick posted this, and he could not be more right. Is he still doing media, or he does the Amazon games, right?
Amazon. Yeah.
Okay. It was Aaron Rodgers on McAfee, and was talking about. He was still going back to Mike Williams messed up that route, which, you know what?
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
I've said I looked at the film and I was like, okay, maybe he's right. I still think that he underthrew the ball.
The ball was short. There's no doubt.
But maybe he was right. Maybe the plan was, and someone else was saying when Aaron Rodgers talks about the red line, he's not talking about the sideline, like the 5-yard buffer on the sideline. He's talking about the field goal line, like trying to get to that red line, the line that
I thought we were the only ones that could see that. Is he seeing that line that I'm seeing on TV? I didn't know that.
So either way, I don't know. I could be wrong.
The ball was short. It was short.
That's what I still stand by.
The wide receiver had to slip, and he could have been running long. But more importantly, look at where the DBs were going. The ball was short.
But Ryan Fitzpatrick pointed this out. The biggest thing I don't understand about Aaron, he can be super charismatic. His swagger gives teammates the ultimate confidence. But why can't he shoulder all the blame in the media and then get behind closed doors with Mike Williams or the whole offense or the whole team or anyone else that isn't doing their job and tell them he needs more out of them? The need to set the record straight at the expense of someone lesser than just hurts me. And he couldn't be more spot on.
He hit it.
Like, a real leader doesn't he just says, hey, I should have been better here.
Yeah.
I made a mistake, and then go behind closed doors, because Aaron Rodgers can wear that. Like, but this version, it's almost like that. You say, when was that moment? This is where we're starting to see Aaron understands that he is no longer a superhero.
Right.
He is no longer a top-level NFL quarterback, and he's trying to protect that.
I agree.
And that means I got to throw the blame on somebody, because I can't just keep coming out here every week and say, yeah, I don't throw the ball the same. I'm not the same player.
I can't get it where I want it when I thought I could.
They cannot admit to that, and especially in season, they can't admit to it. And it's just that is what's tearing apart the Jets, in my opinion.
And wait till Devante Adams gets out on the field and has Aaron throw him the ball. And he's going to see, this isn't the same quarterback that threw me the ball 3 years ago. Yeah. This is not the same dude. It's been that long, and I think the degradation of the skill to the untrained eye isn't as noticeable, but I wait till the guy who ran with him for 5 years goes out on the field and sees that zip on that 15-yard out is not there. It's not there when I'm used to it. Now, the thing about it is the ball's going to be places, but Aaron has to let it go so much earlier to get it where it needs to be. You've got to be on time, on target as a wide receiver. This is the precision element is kicked into high gear. And maybe Devante will bring that. That'll help to kind of help coax Aaron along. You can still run a lot of these plays, but it'll be more about precision than athleticism. Just, he can't do the Josh Allen. I'm just going to throw it really hard. You turn open, it's coming.
Yeah.
But now Aaron's got to throw it long before that. It's got to be gone, not only because his offensive line sucks, but that's the only way you're going to be able to press the ball downfield is ball placement, not ball athleticism. And maybe that's why you go and spend that money on Devante, because he's the one dude. I think the young kid, the Ohio State kid,
Garrett Wilson,
it's got a lot of athleticism, but he doesn't have that. The on-time, on-target mentality that it's going to take. So that might help him in the long run, but it'd be more about hiding Aaron's weaknesses than getting Devante to go do something that he's great at doing.
And let's also, while we're speaking on Devante, this is another thing. You're talking about trying to cover up your flaws. That on McAfee yesterday when Aaron Rodgers signals and Devante comes on screen and McAfee claps and, oh, hey, how exciting. Dude, it felt staged, and it felt like it's just it's covering up problems. Aaron sitting there smiling. It makes you forget that the Jets are 2-4, and they just got beat by a division rival in front of the whole world.
Pretty easily.
And now you're just like, oh, look at this, though. Now we're going to, it just feels like he's doing whatever he can to deflect from the fact that he's not that good anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be careful of what you ask for, Aaron. I mean, if you keep begging for the spotlight reveals all. Eventually, every flaw, every blemish, if you stay in the spotlight long enough, is shown. And you keep begging for it, so here it comes. And I think the same thing can be applied to Jerry. If you're living in the spotlight, eventually, when it comes apart in the spotlight.
Yeah, and that's where Aaron Rodgers, this is where he puts himself.
Yeah, this is exactly what he wants. And he and Tay hanging out in his bedroom, I thought was weird anyway. Just the whole idea in the offing was weird.
Is that his bedroom?
I don't know. I'm kidding. But, the way that he's sitting in there, and then you see Tay lean in. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're like stepbrothers? Are you having funtivities in there?
Yeah, very weird. But again, I just think it's him trying to deflect what's.
And on the other side of this, Devante Adams, be careful of what you ask for.
Well, listen, I think this is why I think Devante's smart enough to realize, okay, I'll come to the Jets without signing a long-term extension, because I think he is also of the understanding that this thing doesn't have a lot of tread left on the tire. And once Aaron Rodgers is gone, you just go back to being the Jets, which is...
So when I hit the free agent market next year, are you hoping? I mean, what are you hoping they remember of Devante? I mean, because he could spend the next 12 weeks in the gulag. I mean, there might be nothing to hear from him again.
I mean, that's where he would have been anyway.
I guess that's
what I mean.
I guess that's
at least now he's got a quarterback who's going to prioritize getting the ball to him. But yeah, he was in a bad situation. For Devante, it's hard to deny that at a minimum he's improved his lot.
Yeah, but
even
also,
with Aaron Rodgers, a diminished Aaron Rodgers is better than Aiden O'Connell.
And it's not like that. Well, and the other side of that is he's gotten his golden payday. He's reached his acme. The next check will never be as big as the one he just got.
But the next check the next check's going to be good too.
It will be, but even if he loses a few mil, which he might very well just because of the output, he's got enough in the bank to where it's really not that big of a hit.
Yeah. He's not going to reset the market for wide receivers. No. Even though I would still argue, I don't know, he might still be the best wide receiver today.
We'll see. He's going to have a chance. Like you said, he's got a quarterback that's going to look for him.
So you put him in the right spot. I don't think he's in the right spot now to prove that he's the best wide receiver in the world, but he's certainly amongst them. And whatever you think about him with the Jets, it's better than what he was going to do with the Raiders.
Truth. Gotta
so,
yeah.
All right. But I do, you know what? I want to get more into this Cooper thing because I want to get what your thoughts are on him as a player and your thoughts on where his value is now versus where it was when he was traded from Dallas. We'll do that next. Morning Huddle 94.1. I got to tell you about my good friends at Carbach. And I got myself a nice little 12-pack it was a mixed 12-pack, and it's got the Hazy IPA, the Hopadillo Hazy. It's got the regular Hopadillo. It's got Rodeo Clown Double IPA and an Imperial Hazy Rodeo Clown, and it's just heaven. It's nice to have that variety. And, you know, I'm an IPA guy. I like IPAs. But if you're not an IPA guy, they got something for you anyway. Crawford Bock is probably my go-to beer from them. Ziegenbach, also fantastic. And their most popular beer, their best seller, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a Kolsch style. It is about as close to a lawnmower beer as you can get. If you're out riding on the lawnmower, drinking a beer in the summertime, that's the beer of choice. If I were, that's what because it feels like you're hydrated out on the lake. That's how refreshing a nice Love Street is. Whatever the case, they've got something for everybody, and you can find them all over San Antonio. That means whenever you're in the HEB next time, whenever you're in Specs, Twin, wherever you get your beer from, you can get it there. But also, when you're out at a bar, when you're out at a restaurant, ask your bartender to pretty please make it a Carbach.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish, chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
Get huge savings during the fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. At Ancira Nissan, lease this 2025 Sentra S for just $218 per month for 36 months. Or this 24 Rogue SV for just $258 per month for 36 months. Stop in or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. The fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has over 19 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio
iHeartRadio app.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
So let's talk about Devante Adams. But Amari Cooper gets traded yesterday for a third-round pick. What'd the Cowboys get for him? A fifth-round pick?
Fourth or a fifth and a hearty handshake.
And doesn't it feel like Amari Cooper's stock is lower now than it was when he left Dallas?
You know, we were talking about him. He's had one really good game this year. He had a breakout Raiders, I think. Somebody.
That'll fix what ails you.
Yeah. When he left, you know, it was time for him to go. No one was really upset that Amari Cooper was gone, though in hindsight, I think we should have been. I can't put my finger on it, but I have a memory of a little bit of, not a riff, but he and Dak didn't necessarily get along.
Yeah.
Or weren't on the same page. CD was on his way. The kid that we've let go was kind of number 13, was playing pretty well. We parted as friends. Nobody waved goodbye and said good riddance. I know that, but nobody was upset that he was gone. And that's at least my memory. Maybe the Brigade Bar or the Callers will have a better memory of it. And, you know, he's a good, serviceable guy that had some front runner issues. If he wasn't the main dude, he kind of pouted.
Yeah.
I remember some times when he was slow to snap his helmet and get on the field. You know, those little things that you look at and go, you know, for the money you're getting paid and your position on the team, you should probably be acting a little bit different.
No, I get that. And I don't think that he's any type of savior at this point. But for Buffalo, for $1 million for the rest of the season,
no brainer. And they gave up a sixth. They gave up something and got two back, a third and a fourth and a seventh. Right?
They traded a third and a seventh.
They got
Cooper and a sixth
and
back.
a sixth. So they even got a pick back. So yeah. I applaud them. That, you know what? I think both sides walk away going, we got exactly what we needed.
I feel that way too.
Yeah.
This feels like a win-win because Cleveland understands they're not going anywhere.
More picks, the better. Yeah.
This is an unfixable situation, and you need to start piling picks because you're probably going to have to figure out a quarterback thing eventually, which is your team is going to be set so far back by that deal.
Anybody left? Obviously, I feel like the Raiders could have held out a little. I mean, they got a good deal, but I think if they'd have waited, they could have gotten a better one. But you get the sense that for both wide receivers to be moved on the same day, that there was a lot of background chatter. You know, that they knew that this was going on, and those were two dominoes that fell. We still got 2 weeks to go in the trades.
I think the Raiders. So the difference between what the Raiders got and what Cleveland got is Cleveland is still paying the majority of Amari's money.
Well, do you think at any point the Jets talked to Cleveland about Cooper, or was this only going to be if it was Devante
Adams?
Okay.
This was Devante Adams.
One didn't cause the other.
Right.
Okay.
The Jets are paying for the majority.
Right.
I mean, they're paying for all of Devante Adams. The Raiders, they don't owe Devante any money now.
Right. So it's a short-term rental for them.
Where Cleveland is paying to get Cooper off their books.
And to pick up
some
picks.
Yeah. So it's like the Raiders could have held out for more, but if the Raiders held out for more, they probably would have had to eat the money on it. And I don't think the Raiders wanted to eat that money. They just want to be free and clear of the whole deal. And I get that.
Maybe. Maybe they had to eat the money. I just feel like when both happened on the same day, and you could justify both for their own issues because of what happened the night before. You know what I mean? Both teams walked away going, oh, gosh. So, but for them to occur, I thought, well, do you think Buffalo was talking to the Raiders? Maybe.
I'm sure they kicked the tires. I'm sure they kicked the tires.
But for both of them to happen within about 6 or 8 hours, is there anybody else floating around out there that might be about to go? Because we also got, what's his name? Reddick is now allowed to seek his own deal. Which, Jerry has intimated that they're not going to be too active in the trade deadlines. This might be something you kick the tires on.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? I mean, he does play the position that you do need.
I don't think it'll be long until people start talking about Christian Kirk as Jacksonville continues to flounder. And you know what else? I don't think it's going to be long until people start talking about Tyreek Hill. That's going to become a lot of money. It is a lot of money, and you're getting nothing out of it because it may be time for the Dolphins to consider what life will be like, because now you're getting a preview of it. What's life going to be like without Tua? And you can't be built the same way, if this is what your quarterbacking is going to be. So I don't know who the next domino to fall is, but those are guys that come to mind that are on teams that are clearly, going to be underperforming.
Okay, given where we sit today and the temperature of the league and the temperature of the Dallas Cowboys, if you're a general manager and had a guy, would today be a day you call Jerry? Would you call him on a day like this?
I'd consider it, but I don't think Jerry's interested in adding.
I think even if he was, he wouldn't do anything right now. But
no.
I mean, there's 2 weeks and you have a hot deal.
Then it'd be showing weakness.
To this point, I don't think so, unless we're going to talk about the good stuff he's done.
You feel that? That's pride effing with you. Yeah. No, I don't think Jerry. I really think Jerry is fine. I shouldn't say fine. He has accepted that this year is probably not a Super Bowl type of year, and at the end of it, he's going to give McCarthy the boot, and he's going to make one. He'll hire one last coach and see where it takes him, which makes me think it might be a big splash, and it might be the kind of splash that says, like, it might be a Bill Belichick, and he says, you know what, Bill, you are in charge of the roster. I'm going to step back from being in charge of the roster. I'm going to be just the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. It's hard for me to imagine that.
It wouldn't happen.
Okay.
He would say all that, and I think he would believe it when he said it, and whoever he said it to would believe it when he was told that, but it wouldn't happen. It's just not in him.
So I don't know. But I don't think that Jerry is going to – I think Jerry is a smart enough businessman that he knows adding something now would be throwing good money at bad. And Woody Johnson wasn't smart enough to realize that. They just believed Aaron Rodgers when he says, well, if I can just get Tay here and we can just get rid of Robert Saleh and, less snaps for Mike Williams. But by the way, I don't know why Mike Williams wasn't traded. Why they haven't. Well, he's on a 1-year deal. Like,
I think he will be traded, and I would say by Sunday he'll be gone.
Good, he should be.
And he wants that. I wouldn't go to work, dude.
I wouldn't either, dude. You're throwing me under the bus.
And then you brought in my replacement all in the 24 hours. I think I'm good.
I'm number 4 on the depth chart now, and I promise you this: Mike Williams is a better player than Alan Lazard. And so, like, the idea that Alan Lazard is getting snaps over me, I'd be like, get me the hell out of here. This is a mistake.
Now that's a guy I might be willing to give up a pick or two for.
That's a guy, dude, you can get him for probably a 7th rounder. Mm-hmm.
That's a guy who's big and strong, go get a ball.
And it's a 1-year deal. But again,
worthy of consideration.
But this goes back to the Jets. Does Devante Adams fix the Jets' problems? Would another receiver fix the Cowboys' problems?
Well, no, but it couldn't hurt. At this point, seriously, I do think the Cowboys are now in a position where you're throwing spaghetti on the wall. If you're really trying to get where you're telling me you're going to get, what you have in the building ain't enough. You can't look at me in the straight face and say, this is a playoff caliber team. You can't. You can say, well, look, we are what our record says we are. Yeah, and you're going to end up 9-8 and begging for a wild card if you go the way you are now. So don't look at me and go, we're good enough. We know you're not. You know you're not.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we'll hear some sound from no more from Jarrah, but we will hear some coordinator sound and from both the DC and the OC, and we'll hear from Bill Belichick on what's going on with the Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
My friends, I want to talk to you about the orange tractor that you see all the finer gentlemen around this great state of Texas parked in their lots. That's an Ewald Kubota. Those orange tractors mean something. My daddy always said, Ewald Kubota, that's a fine tractor. If you're in the business and you need something from Ewald Kubota, now's the time, especially if you're looking for a brand new RTV. The RTV X is North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. And let me tell you, there's no better workhorse on a bit of property than an Ewald. You can get it modified to do exactly what you're going to do on a regular basis. They've got everything you need when you stop by any of the 11 locations all around Central and South Texas. That's what I love about Ewald. They got what you need. They got the coverage when you're done with the deal. They're going to stand by you. They've got the warranty and the service is really second to none. You become friends with those folks, and that's why they've been around for so long. And there's no better time to jump into the RTV business than right now. $0 down, 0 APR for 36 months. You can save up to $1,000 with the deal going on right now. There is a time limit, though. December 31st is the deadline. Go by Ewald Kubota or check out KubotaUSA.com for all the details. Hunting season's here. Now's the time to go get it. If you're breaking ground, you need equipment, short-term, long-term on your property. They'll bring it to you. They'll train you up. They'll pick it up when required, and you won't lose an hour of productivity. Ewald is there for you from the beginning to the end till the next time you go by one of those pretty orange tractors. Ewald Kubota, from the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas. For over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've got a new trouble spot on the southeast side of town on Loop 410. Southbound, that off-ramp to get onto South Cross. We are getting reports of an accident. It's road work on 90 westbound. General McMullen on over to Acme in the right lane that's got you stop and go. It's also about a 20-minute commute on the eastbound side of 90 between it and 471 on over to Loop 410. That stall on 1604 westbound Lookout has cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey guys, it's AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. If you're looking for a place to play some cards, have I got one for you. SA Card House, located just off 281 at Bitters, is the best card house in San Antonio. It's a great environment, great for all skill levels, and guys, you are going to love the food and bar that's attached. Foster's Bar and Grill, they do not mess around. Go by, check them out, or check them out online at sacardhouse.com. They're open 7 days a week. Stop in, maybe I'll see you at the tables.
George gets justice.
Hurt in a wreck? Get George. Hit by an 18-wheeler or commercial truck? Get George. Injured at work? Get George. When you're dealing with personal injury, you need to get George because George gets justice. I'm George Salinas, and my San Antonio-based firm has been recognized across the state of Texas and the United States. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The Halloween parties at the Roo Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 25th. Kick off the party weekend at the 11th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 25th, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Roo and wear a costume.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates, all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we got a huge college football game coming up this weekend, Texas and Georgia. So let's talk about it with our good friend Bob Ballou from KI Sports.
Plus, more fallout from Jerry Jones' tirade yesterday on the radio, his comments from the owners' meetings. We'll discuss the Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys. You've given us so much to talk about. Even Bill Belichick is coming out and talking about this Cowboys season.
What's old Bill saying?
Well,
I'm available.
No, I think
I can fix this.
Maybe saying it without saying it. He talks about when you get your ass beat like the Cowboys got their ass beat, if it says more about the players or the coaches, but this is on the Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray. But here's what Belichick had to say about that Cowboys loss.
Well, look, I've always said that anytime as a coach, when you go out there and get your brains beat in, which again has happened to all of us as a coach, there's nothing you can feel good about. When the team plays poorly, then that's certainly a reflection on the coach. But it's also a reflection on the players too. So I don't think that their team is devoid of talent, but it's certainly not playing to that level. So really, it's everybody. Take a look in the mirror and decide what you're going to be as a team. There's plenty of football left to be played, and a lot of division games left, and certainly nobody's been eliminated at this point. But it's got to be better than this. And the only way to, I would say, right that is to take it one day at a time and make the most out of every day, and try to have everybody improve incrementally. If everybody improves by 10%, then it'll make a big difference. If only a couple players improve, I don't know if that's really enough. So collectively, it have to be done as a team, and there's a level of confidence in there too. As soon as things start to go bad, there's a little bit of here we go again, and getting off to a good start, which Coach McCarthy's always been great at that with his scripting plays and game planning and so forth. But all that's, I think, probably an important part at this point in the season.
So. Listen, man, I don't know. You can break that. It could take a million psychiatrists or coaches to look at this game and go, what's it like when that happens? And who's to blame? I don't know that even in the locker room right now, they know who to blame.
It's the player. That's not, there's a lot of problems with the Cowboys. They're under talented. It's the Jimmies and Joes. It's not. The coaching is certainly playing a huge role in this. But their best players on defense weren't playing. It does matter, the guys on the field.
That's true.
I mean, when you're minus all of your defensive linemen, you're minus your best defensive linebacker, your best player on the team, there is a built-in excuse. I'm going to say they did not have the talent to match. Now, that being said,
they scored 9 points.
That's where I was going. Now, that being said, that's not where the problem lied primarily this weekend, where there is an issue with what Belichick was talking about, because McCarthy has traditionally started fast. This is a good offense. There's a lot of problems with the Cowboys over the years, but offensively, they move the ball and score touchdowns. They do. They score points. Leading scoring team last year. This is still the same core of these guys, but their offensive line ain't the same. But this is a coaching staff that should be able to fix that or find the Band-Aid. Get the ball out quicker. Find the routes that match what your skill set is. Do things in a way that reflect the talent that you've got, and therein lies the rub. The rub is we haven't seen the adjustment. There's a belief that they can do things that, quite frankly, their line will not allow them to do.
They asked Mike Zimmer, what is the what went wrong on Sunday? Kind of I would let's see how long this clip is. It has to be about a 9-minute clip. What went wrong? No, it's not that long, but here's what Mike Zimmer said went wrong on Sunday.
First of all, I thought we've been making progress the last 2 weeks. We've been playing pretty good.
Yeah, you played the Steelers and the Giants.
I anticipated us playing better than we did this last ball game. I probably panicked on some calls early because they hit us with some things early, and so I changed up a little bit, probably a little too soon. But as far as some of the flaws, it's when we've been bad, it's like it just steamrolls. It goes bad. So guys, sometimes they try to. I'm going to go make a play, so I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that, and then it gets out of whack fast. So, we've been watching the cut-ups from the first 6 ball games, and, a lot of it comes down to eye discipline, guys running to get somewhere, trying to get somewhere fast where they don't need to be, and then the other part is, for the most part, we're playing blocks, but we're not getting off of blocks well enough. And then we're not converting on the play action passes fast enough in the pass rush. So those are all things that we're going to get working on harder and harder. These guys have been working really hard, and we've been pushing them really hard. So, like I said, after the first 2 games, I felt like they were having some confidence and success in what they're doing. But, it's got to show up every week.
Yeah, it's real easy to play defense against Justin Fields and Daniel Jones. It's real easy to look good. Your defense is going to look good against those teams. Your defense is going to look good against Deshaun Watson now. It's so saying it's like consistency. No, that's what average teams do. If you're an average team, you look good against the bad offenses, or your average defense, you look good against the bad offenses. You look bad against the good offenses. You look good against the bad defenses and bad against the good defenses. That's the definition of average. And that's the thing. The Cowboys aren't a dreadful team. They're not now relative to expectation, they're a disaster. But are the Cowboys the Panthers or the Patriots? Obviously not. They're not what we thought they were going to be.
No, they are exactly. This is what's killing me.
You thought they were this far away from the Lions?
No, I knew we were not this far. But what I'm saying is when we look at where the Cowboys are and we go, this is a sinking ship. Well, we knew where the holes were last year. We knew your offensive lines and your defensive lines got problems. You don't have a running back. We know you can't fix all three problems. Maybe address one of them. Maybe you go out and spend some money on the offensive. You go out and spend or trade and get something defensively. Or you act like you can draft and fix this problem through the draft. We knew defensive line was a problem. You drafted Mozzie Smith. You drafted player after player, and you didn't fix the problem. You drafted poorly. You didn't address it in free agency. You got lucky with a couple of offensive line picks, and then you didn't get lucky. And now you're here for things that you failed to do over several years. This is a summation of a lot of crap, and we're looking for a quick fix, and there's not one.
The idea that the offense can be fixed by a change at running back still fascinates me. I mean, could the offense be fixed if they had gone out and gotten Derrick Henry? Yeah, probably, but that ship has sailed. Every week they ask Brian Schottenheimer, what's the latest on Dalvin Cook?
we forgot about him.
Oh, my God. If I were Brian Schottenheimer, I'd just be like, guys, Dalvin Cook's no good. Okay? Just
stop asking me, because I don't want to defame him in public. But
if Dalvin Cook was better than the guys I had out there, don't you think Dalvin Cook would be out there? Here's what he said this week about Dalvin Cook. Where's Dalvin Cook?
Same question each week. He's doing better. He's getting more and more comfortable, I think, terminology-wise. He's getting more reps. And now it's just trying to find the way to how it fits, the puzzle and how it fits. And, again, that's not just an offensive question, right? That's a defense. That's a special teams. And so he is doing a really good job with the things we're asking him to do. And if the puzzle fits correctly, he'll be ready when called upon.
Which means he's a practice squad guy. That's every practice squad guy.
Well, what you're
if
telling
the puzzle fits, then yeah. Well, if it makes sense one week, we'll use him.
Well, yeah, they're telling us we got to figure out if he's more valuable than a bomb squad punt.
Yes,
kid. That's it's not about just the offense. We got to figure out if he's more valuable on game day than a dude that's going to play 3 times, 4 times in the entire game as a jammer.
Understand this: if they thought Dalvin Cook was better than Deuce Vaughn, he would be out there.
Yeah, so
that should tell you all you need to know about Dalvin Cook at this point.
And maybe it's a realization that no matter who we put back there short of Derrick Henry given this offensive line, it won't freaking matter. It doesn't matter. If there's 8 guys ready to tackle Derrick Henry, there'll be 8 guys ready to tackle Deuce Vaughn, Dowdle. You can just name a bunch of average Joes. They're not going to do anything extra.
Well, Schottenheimer still has confidence in the running game.
Pittsburgh. Obviously, we found it against Pittsburgh. We got into the flow late with what we were able to do. When we're able to play that type of scheme and that type of game, we're able to sustain drives. Again, the 2 Pittsburgh drives late, one was 14, one was 16. I mean, it was probably our best example all year of complementary football. But, again, when you're behind the 8 ball and you're playing from behind and you're having to throw it so much, it's hard. And there's trips at the plate that you'd like to balance those numbers out. I think we were way below I think we were 42 rushing attempts and completions in this past game, whereas the week before we were 60. And I think the Pittsburgh would be the first thing I'd say to you is that we know we can run the football.
It's the only thing
we need
you're
the
saying.
opportunity to do it. We need to be better. We're studying the hell out of it right now, trying to figure, okay, what are our best run styles? What are our best concepts that we like? Is it inside, outside? What are the play types we like? And that'll give us some answers, which I think will help us feel good going into next week's prep for San Fran.
Now, I know we've played 6 games, and in 5 of those, we haven't been able to run the ball.
But
let me tell you about this Pittsburgh game, particularly the second half of the Pittsburgh game. Man, we ran the ball.
It's a blind squirrel, broken clock. We can
Right.
find the analogy, but okay.
What
hold
about the other 5 games, Coach? Yeah, you're right, but let's just talk about Pittsburgh. What about that?
Need I tell you? So that and the other part
it's like
is,
a little kid who's like, it doesn't do his chores, and he's like,
remember last week?
I took out the trash like
last week, right?
That was 2 weeks ago. But are we not going to? Now it's like,
do I
Jerry,
not get credit for things I've done well?
Are we not going to talk about the good? I'm not here to only talk about the bad, Mom. I want to talk about the good too.
Talk about all the many good things I've done.
Sure, I didn't clean out I didn't clean up the bathroom. Sure, I didn't do my laundry. But let's not forget, 2 weeks ago I took the trash out. Yeah,
and
that's
the
what
other
it's
part
like.
is we're studying our successful runs. We're trying to figure out what we do well. There's been 3 of those.
I like to imagine all they do in the running back room is they've got that Pittsburgh game on repeat. Like,
look at that. Look, see how I
man.
broke off that tackle.
Like week 11, they're going to be like, you guys remember that? Man, that Pittsburgh day, that was wild. We got their asses that day, didn't we?
Let's not talk about the bad stuff. we only do highlights and film study.
This is the craziest organization. This is crazy.
Because we've done a lot of good things, AJ. Good things.
That's how you know you're BSing somebody when you say, well, first of all, the Pittsburgh game. And then 20 seconds later, you say, and also, the Pittsburgh game. That was first of all. You got to at least hit me with a second of all.
Now they can't, in just good company, bring up Cleveland. You can't bring up Cleveland. Remember Cleveland? Well, we know they suck. Wait till Pittsburgh will prove out to be awful, and then they can't even use that.
What a mess.
Let's not talk about the bad stuff. I'm not here to bicker and argue about who was awful. Remember that time when I was good?
Yeah, the
remember
Pittsburgh
that time?
game.
Why can't we just remember that?
Remember when the defense kicked ass against Daniel Jones? That was awesome. Would you like to go see The Story So Far? I'd like you to go see The Story So Far. You can win a pair of tickets to go see them at the Boeing Center at Techport. If you are, let's say, caller number 5. Caller number 5, you're going to go see The Story So Far, December 7th at the Techport. And if you don't win, you can get your tickets at BoeingCenterTechport.com. We got a couple more giveaways today. And you know what? We're going to give one of these things away to the Brigade Bar. I haven't decided what yet. Either some UTSA tickets for this weekend or Kevin James tickets. Kevin James is coming to the Majestic. We'll give away a pair of those on YouTube. Either, again, one of those two things. I'm not sure which yet. I'm not sure where
We're going to get skinny Kevin or fat Kevin.
It's looking like Ozempic Kevin.
Well, see, he's not funny. Fat Kevin's better.
Fat people are always
more jolly.
funnier than skinny people. That is a tale as old as time. Once a comedian goes skinny,
hard to come back from it.
Because if you can't be as self-deprecating then.
Well, I think it's a living the lustful life. I think you have to drink it in and eat it in and get it all.
I don't think I'd be as successful in my radio career if I were like skinny and had hair and was handsome.
That thirst, that need, that greed, that lust.
I'm driven.
You got to go get it.
I'm driven by all the things that are working against me. And the truth is, if I were a handsome guy with hair and, a good waistline, I don't know that I'd be successful. Because life's too easy for me.
It'd be a lot more fun to be around.
Life's too easy for those guys.
It'd be nice to be hanging with you.
You think life's hard for Brad Pitt?
Long-haired, skinny AJ?
See, this is what Rob, he doesn't know what it's like.
What's that?
Rob's a handsome, well-haired guy. He's got the life. He's got the life.
I do have the life. I don't know if it's the life, but it is one.
You know?
It's one of a lot.
You don't know what it's like to be an ugly, fat, bald guy.
Neither do you.
Oh, I've lived the struggle, Rob. The struggle is real.
I'd like to stay around. I got to go comb my hair.
Okay. I'll do that.
I got to go.
We'll give you the latest in Major League Baseball coming up. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've got a new trouble spot on the southeast side of town on Loop 410. Southbound, that off-ramp to get onto South Cross. We are getting reports of an accident. It's road work on 90 westbound. General McMullen on over to Acme in the right lane that's got you stop and go. It's also about a 20-minute commute on the eastbound side of 90 between Ip and 471 on over to Loop 410. That stall on 1604 westbound Lookout has cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportsstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportsstar.com. If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
I don't know anybody that wears a conference championship shirt around proudly.
It would be a nice change.
Well, you know, then the storyline for guys like you would be, see, Dak on the biggest stage still can't get it done.
Look, I sit here and I have no reason to lie to you that if Dak Prescott gets this particular Cowboy team to the NFC Championship game, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give the man some credit.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low, flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Halloween's coming alive at Target. Jackie and Gordy, the jack-o'-lanterns, here with a front porch view of Target's Halloween deals, like 20% off costumes with Target Circle. We're talking rock stars, witches, princesses.
Ooh, I think I'd look good with a cape.
I think so too, Gordy. Plus, hit the trick-or-treat jackpot with 20% off candy.
Now that's how you get porch traffic.
This week only, save 20% on costumes with Target Circle and 20% off candy. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs fell 120-117 to the Miami Heat in their first roadie of the preseason, now going 2-2. In Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees took down the Guardians 6-3 in Game 2 of the ALCS. Game 3 of the NLCS is tonight as the Dodgers are in New York to take on the Mets. First pitch at 6:30 on ESPN AM 1250. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3. Hump hour of the hump day. How about that?
Hump it, Ags.
Hump and humps. Speaking of the Ags, Texas A&M Aggies, Fighting Aggies, return to action from their bye week, taking on Mississippi State in Starkville. Catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Starts at 2 with the pregame, brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant.
Fine bar.
Oh, yeah. And then on Sunday, worry not, guys. Worry not. No Cowboys on Sunday. Even though we are the home for Cowboys football, you won't hear them here on Sunday.
I'm just going to replay the Pittsburgh game.
But on Sunday night, you will get the Jets taking on the Steelers. Pregame at 6:30. Sunday Night Football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the games. Week 7. Oh, we're running out, Rob. I'm panicking.
Yeah.
I'm panicking. You know, we're the halfway point for college football.
But the good news is we're in the halfway point. But normally we take this hiatus in December where, we just kind of go away for a couple weeks, then we get bad bowl games.
Yeah.
Now we get full-on games all the way through. So while we're halfway, we're not halfway through our total consumption of games. You know what I mean?
That's true.
December's going to be phenomenal.
That's true. Did the rankings come out? The first
Are we due for that? If they did, they're probably not going to come out till No, I don't think we're
Okay.
that yet. We're not quite there. Only 4 or 5 games left. We should be there. We're about there.
Yeah, we're about there. Yeah, it's got to be coming up soon. We'll look into that. Major League Baseball in full swing. We're down to the Final Four, and the Yankees sweep both the games in New York, send the series back to Cleveland with a 2-0 lead. 6-3, the Yankees beat the Guardians. And I'm going to tell you my beef with playoff baseball. Tanner Bybee has been one of the best pitchers, in the American League all season long. He's a big reason why the Guardians are where they are. Any other day, you go out and you have an outing where you pitch 1 1/3, you give up 5 hits, 2 runs, you don't get pulled. And they pull them. They essentially turn it into a bullpen game after that. You run out almost every arm you've got.
Which turns into just wait and wait, warm up and wait.
They used 8 pitchers yesterday. 8 pitchers. It's like, what are we doing?
It's boring. It's boring.
Let your starter start. If you ride with the guy, dance with the one that brung you.
They just wait for there's strategery behind this.
No, I
this
get
is
it.
what they want to do. They want you so bored and so strung out that you make a mistake. You take a bat off. You're looking up in the outfield at the very wrong second. You're not seeing your move. You're not seeing your signs. Just because you've been there for 3 hours and your 7th pitcher is on his 17th warm-up pitch. My God, can we just get to the game?
And then Garrett Cole on the other side, he pitches 4 clean innings, and in the 5th, gives up 2 runs.
Pull him.
Pulled. Why?
Because he's falling apart, AJ.
He's Garrett Cole.
You're not allowed to fail.
You're not allowed to stumble. It is, oh, man, 2 runs, hook.
It's so strategic, and, if you're a baseball purist, it's pretty awesome. Because there is the matchup issues and this arm versus this bat, left bat, right bat. And I get if you're a baseball guy, you get 4.5 hours of this. That's what it felt like. But in the end of the day, it's the big bat won. That's how it's going to end, despite your 9 bullpen pitchers that can throw 17 pitches until they're tired and you bring in somebody else. The big bat's going to win. It did yesterday. It's going to win tomorrow. It's going to win again.
Yeah, Aaron Judge got off the schneid, 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Upped his average to 167 for the playoffs. So that's strong,
fall off the
strong
floor.
work. And I got to give credit where it's due. I've been saying it's a 2-man team with Soto and Stanton in these playoffs. Anthony Rizzo, the corpse of Anthony Rizzo has risen, and is actually playing baseball. So
that dude's always on winning teams, though.
Yeah.
Rizzo's always on the end of the bench of a winning team.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just considered him like completely and totally washed, but good on him. He's still out. He's still out there battling, living a good life, and actually playing some ball. So it's not just a 2-man team anymore. There's actually a little bit of help from Anthony Rizzo. The Mets-Dodgers get back underway tonight, and this has been the much more interesting series. I guess it's 2 games each, or 2 games in each series, but one of them's 1-1, so that automatically makes it more interesting.
And you have no idea what Met team's going to show up.
How can you? Or Dodger team, for that
I guess
matter.
that's true, too.
But Walker Buehler and Luis Severino go at it tonight. It's a pick'em game. It's a coin flip game.
Should be fun.
I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored.
A lot of runs. It's going to be a New York night. Not in the sense that it's going to be a Mets night. It's just going to feel very New Yorkish. I bet this whole city's ready for this.
I'm going to say this now, and I don't think they're going to do it. If the Dodgers make the World Series, they have to let Otani pitch in the World Series.
Why?
Because otherwise, what are you even showing up for? This is a nonsensical pitching staff. Like, you're just throwing out random-ass dudes and like, hey, maybe you can start today. Like, they don't have any guys. It's like Jack Flaherty and then cross your fingers.
Dude, they're still playing. They got
I know.
something.
I know. I just don't know how long that can last for. But
I don't know if that would be the most genius or the most desperate move I've ever seen.
But here's why they won't do it, because Otani's struggling at the plate. Like, if Otani was playing well, maybe they'd take a chance.
Hey, you got to do something well. We're paying you enough.
Now you got to worry that maybe he's running out of steam, and pitching's probably not the best thing to help that. But, yeah.
Attention to the line. He's watching the line.
I'd want, maybe so. I'd want him out there if I were the Dodgers. I'd give that dude a lot of money. Hey, it's time, man. You ready? You ready? Give me Otani.
No, I want him like
give me 3 innings, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I don't want him. I don't want him in the first third. I want him called in the 7th.
I want him to. Well, but then everybody would know. Everybody would know because he's warming up in the. In the bullpen.
I'd have him hidden back.
Yeah, I want it to be a big surprise.
And bring him out there.
Give me the lefty. They're like, I don't think the Dodgers have any lefties left. And then out comes Otani.
I don't know what his signal is.
Oh, my God, that's Shohei Otani's music.
My goodness.
My God, that's Otani's music.
And I want him coming out in like the Shogun hat.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be cool.
The wave. He comes out in a Shogun robe and a hat and a sword.
Oh, I'd like it if he came out.
Dude. Do this. Let's do this
full
right.
regalia.
All of it. Yeah. Look like he's coming into a heavyweight fight.
That would be
take
awesome.
5 minutes to get his gear off.
They should carry him out on a throne. Like Deontay Wilder that time he came out.
You get the same outcome, I think.
Deontay Wilder's costume was so heavy that after Tyson Fury beat him up, he was like, I was really tired after my walkout.
My neck hurt.
I lost a bunch of steam walking out in this giant costume.
So he'd have the built-in excuse.
Yeah, so if he doesn't throw well, it's like. But no, he's got everything's covered in some sort of armor except for his left arm. His left arm is just bare and out there. Oh, that would be good. That would be good television. Talk about not boring.
Oh.
You want to make it exciting? That's how you make it exciting. Give me Otani. They should do that. Maybe they shouldn't even wait for the World Series. Do it tonight. Give me something to cheer for.
Do you think he has like if he would have like a specific, like, does Dave Roberts have like, he's the number 3 and have like a sword movement? Like, get me the Otani.
I don't think so. I think some people would say that was racially insensitive.
Well, I'm just trying to. What do you have? Well, he's the one that put on the Shogun hat. I didn't invent that. They did that. They did in the dugout. I didn't make that
I know.
up.
I'm just saying. I think if Dave Roberts did that might be
They're
saying
wearing it in the dugout. He can point to it. He can hold it up. Like, bring in that guy.
They're owning it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just puts his hands together and bows, and that's how.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think he's calling for Otani.
Yeah.
The problem is Otani's going to be in the dugout. He's not going to be in the bullpen. He's just going to tell him,
point at him,
hey, get out there, bub.
No English. What?
That's like
what?
That's like playing like club ball with the kids. It's like, hey, you ready to pitch?
You ready?
What? Yeah, hey, go warm up. Like, go to the bullpen and warm up? No, go out there and throw your warm-up pitches. It's time, bubba.
You got 5 pitches.
It's time. Get loose.
Otani's got a bag of Cheetos. What?
Little Billy's out here struggling. We need you.
He's looking weak.
We need you, Bucky.
Need 3 innings.
I say Billy and Bucky like I was coaching a team of hillbillies. All my entire team was made up of rich white kids. Like, it was all Caleb's.
A lot of ins and bubs.
Caleb's, Colton's, Cooper's, Connors.
There you go.
There we go.
Colton.
Yeah, I had all those.
A lot of the Coltons.
Yeah.
Caleb's.
There's no Jose's or nothing.
You didn't have any Tays?
No
Devantes?
Well, eventually I got some
Javier's.
I didn't have any
Carlos's.
Javiers. I eventually got
Chewy's.
I eventually got a Jamal and a Terrence.
There we go. There we go.
Added some speed, did you?
Oh, I added some power.
You needed some hitting.
I added some power.
You couldn't find a Carlos?
No, I didn't have any of those.
No, none of those?
No. I had one Jose. One Jose.
Really?
Is he your closer?
No, he's
he's batting 4th?
No. He was a utility infielder / backup catcher.
There you go.
He backed up Ethan. So, I mean, it writes
Ethan
itself.
had the good bat.
Oh yeah,
Ethan
They had
played
like a
because he had the good.
$450
He
bat.
had the DeMarini, so Ethan's starting a catch.
Hey, Ryan, our guy Ryan's. I don't even know what Ryan's job is. I know he's our digital guy, but I don't know what his official title is.
Content coordinator and digital guru.
Okay, well, he's got a Texas Rangers championship ring to give away.
I've seen these things; they're really cool.
If you follow the Instagram page, you're eligible to win.
Which Instagram page? San Antonio
SA Sports Star
okay.
Instagram
that
page. Although
and then you have to do something so we know how to get a hold of
So it says here, tell the audience to follow and message our Instagram page by 9:00. From there, he'll choose the winner and get all their information. So if you are following SA Sports Star on Instagram, just send a message, say, I want the ring.
Oh, I think we can do better than that.
Say, the ring holds the power.
There it is.
There we go.
The ring holds the power.
The ring holds the power.
Beginning of a He-Man cartoon.
Yeah. So if you just tell him that the ring holds the power via direct message on Instagram, he'll pick a winner at 9:00, and one of you guys will get a Texas Rangers championship ring. How about that? Rob, tell me all about your sausage.
I got some sausage for you, but I want to talk about something good. Tri-County's got something good.
What do you mean?
Tri-County is actually putting some sausage out there that you want. Seriously, by the way, Tri-County's dry sausage, they have a unique blend. It really feels of old hill country, south central Texas. There's some German feel to it, some good Spanish, some good influences. I grade my meat markets around our great state by their sausage they make, and I think you'll truly appreciate their blend. And that's why you go to a place like Tri-County. It's the localized service. It's the curated meats. It's everything you're looking for in one store to up your grilling game. And a great meal always starts with the meat coming out of Tri-County. This weekend, no different. As you're getting ready for that big Texas-Georgia football game, make sure the meat on the grill matches the game in front of you. So you head over to Tri-County today. Make sure you get it there. It's going to be an evening game. You'll have time to smoke something all night. Maybe you go grab one of those Wagyu briskets, or maybe you're looking for the very best rib. And while you're there, have them pull the rind off of it. They'll do that for you. That's why you go to Tri-County meat markets. The steaks are stacked deep. The specials are always there. And then they've got everything to go along with your grilling game, and that's what I love. Maybe it's a new rub you haven't tried before, or maybe it's a different flavor of smoke you haven't put into your stick burner or your charcoal. They've got that. The 5 for $30 is always in play. It is still the best deal in San Antonio. Every time you go, fill that bag up, 5 items, $30. There's 2-3 meals in there every time, depending on the different meats that are on special that week. And then there's the specialty stuff, good desserts, extra special things you're only going to find at Tri-County. 2 locations, Huebner and Ralph Feller. Do yourself a favor. Head out to Tri-County today. Get yourself some good meat, put it on the grill, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we got a huge college football game coming up this weekend, Texas and Georgia. So let's talk about it with our good friend Bob Ballou from KI Sports.
Plus, more fallout from Jerry Jones' tirade yesterday on the radio, his comments from the owners' meetings. We'll discuss the Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds, or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899, and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
It's showtime! What a day it's been on the Little Huddle here.
It has been. Ryan came in and said, thanks to everybody who just liked. We added followers.
Yeah.
So we've.
Well, that's the whole point.
We've made our suits happy.
That's the whole point.
The day is good.
Jerry Jones.
He's not a happy suit.
No, he's not. He explained himself to Diana Rossini on The Athletic.
He's got to do some damage control today. I know it's going to go against every fiber of his being, but he's going to have to come out and be a little bit, as he would say, contrite.
He said, I don't know if I would go as far as calling the volume connotation as yelling, okay? But the facts are that if I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal, I don't need it to be by the guys I'm paying. Again, I can take it from fans and take it from other people. I take a lot of pride in how fair and how much I try to work with the media. We're brothers and sisters, but I was a little frustrated there. We got in there as of accounting for decisions made in the offseason, okay? They might as well have gone back to decisions made in 2010. My point is, that's from my perspective. There's no question. I'm sure they would have liked to have grilled me like the fans are thinking. What are you going to do about that? I get it. I get all of that, and really will go along with it. The wrong ones were doing the questioning. Now, if those had been real fans sitting there, or if there had been people that knew what they were talking about, football people, I might have had a different answer. So, Sean and RJ, not football people.
He's not contrite. And he doubled down on the people I'm paying.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, 105.3 is an Odyssey radio station. It's not a Jerry Jones radio. They happen to be the flagship of the Dallas Cowboys network, but Jerry doesn't have anything to do with their employment other than the strength and power of the Dallas Cowboys as their flagship. That's throwing your wallet around.
That's again, like you
Flex.
said, he's holding on to it. He's gonna die on that hill.
So what do you take from that? So who is allowed? Who is allowed to question Jerry?
People who don't have the platform to do it. Real fans.
Real fans.
Yeah. It's like I'll hear this from a real fan. Well, how are they going to get that question to you?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Like the idea is that radio guys can kind of be the voice of the fan in a way.
In fact, you're
I consider
absolutely
you the
right.
voice of the fan.
So are you. But even Sean and RJ yesterday go, I don't know why you're so mad at us. We're just asking you the questions that fans want to have
That's
asked.
it. They want to know what's going on. Well, I don't know, man. It's not. There's no pleasant way to get out of this thing.
So, I thought the brain trust, the smart folks with the Cowboys media conglomerate would get together and go, all right, here's our plan. We're going to put you in the car wash. You're going to see Rossini. We'll get you on McAfee. We'll get you on the shows. And you come out and laugh it off. Say, hey, man, coffee was bad. Hey, and you're right. I have a right to be mad. I'm upset. My team screwed up.
We blew it.
And just carry on. You blew that. So now you got to go get on your boat and go away. The best thing Jerry can do right now is disappear. Go and get on someplace and act like this is truly a bye and go away, because obviously you are still off kilter. You're still not seeing it.
I think that's the move. And it probably would be good to just separate himself from this whole deal. Like, just disconnect. I know it's hard, but disconnect from the Cowboys for a little while.
Because the last thing you can don't act like you're the smart guy. Don't, because by every bit of evidence, you're not. What you have put together is what you've got. Take responsibility and admit failure. And when you do that, you get propped up. We want to luck you. We want you to do well. That's the thing I don't think he understands. He doesn't. Sean and RJ, we understand as radio guys, business is good when you're bad. But business is better when you're good.
Yeah.
When you're good, we want you to be successful. We want people buying advertising dollars. We want people buying your jerseys. We want that. We don't want to pull this thing down, but the thing needs to be addressed.
Yeah. I like I said, I know it's difficult to disconnect from when you mention this all the time. This isn't Jerry Jones' pet project. This isn't a fun thing that he does. This is like his full-time gig. But you also said something that kind of resonated with me earlier. You were like, even with your dad, you're like, sometimes a good nap will get you somewhere. Disconnecting from the Cowboys for a week could be a good nap.
Boy.
You know what I mean?
I agree. He's cruising for a fight. I knew some Samoan dudes. They used to call it beefing.
Samoans?
That's how they said.
Oh, okay.
But they would like, I'm beefing, man. I'm looking for a fight. I feel like I gotta got a beef. And I felt like yesterday he was beefing, man. He was ready for somebody to square up on him because he wanted to throw a punch.
It's like that Ravens fan walking down the street knocking out Commanders fans.
I saw that, man. That could have been me just walking around in a jersey getting clocked.
They found that guy. Of course they found him. It's the internet age. They found him. He's already fired from his job, and now he's facing felony charges.
Undefeated my ass.
Yeah, and the only thing they're waiting on is for the victims to come out because they need to talk to him. But yeah, this dude's screwed. What a
good.
Dope. What a dope. Behave yourself, guys.
He was beefing.
I've been beefing before.
I get it. You wake up in a vibe like, all right, pick a fight. Let's do this. And I get it.
I've been there. I can't act like I haven't, but also I'm not a billionaire dealing with
well, there is
dealing with those things.
There is that.
I'd have a lot less to be salty about if I were a billionaire. I feel like.
Well, you think about it and just as an example, it's happened already. But when Musk has said something and the value of his companies drops by like $100 million because he sneezed funny, that's when there's real ramifications to beefing.
Yeah,
you might want to keep measured when you're talking to folks.
Oh well. All right, let's hit it. When we come back, we'll talk to Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti about what's going on in the world of injuries. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about my good friends over at SA Card House, 281 in Bitters. This is the premier card house in San Antonio. Open 7 days a week. Great place, great vibe, great atmosphere, great dealers. I've been playing a lot there, quite honestly, four times a week. Part of it is the food is so good. They got a great bar as well. So if I can sit there and make some money and have some fun and have a good meal and some nice drinks, I'm going to do it, baby. You don't have to be a member to dine. If you just want to go in and have a meal, you can do that. Coming up this weekend on October 19th at noon, they've got a tag team tournament. $15K guaranteed. The way it works is there's 20-minute levels through the late registration and then 30-minute levels after registration closes. You and your partner will combine your stacks after the break, and then after that, you're going to switch out every 15 minutes. Your partner's going to play for 15, you're going to play for 15, and you got a chance to win a chunk of that $15,000 guaranteed prize pool. Check them out online at sacardhouse.com for details or follow them on the socials. And, guys, I will see you on the tables.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we start to wind down your morning rush hour, still working this wreck on the north side on Loop 410, westbound approaching McCullough. 2 right lanes are blocked. A 45-50-minute delay. It's heavy from Perrin Vital, so avoid it if at all possible. Again, this is Loop 410 on the north side, westbound approaching McCullough. Major accident, 2 right lanes blocked. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Do you want to add more fun to watching NFL games? Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Make sure you go download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com and start playing the Pick'em game. Love playing Pick'em just about every game I play. Love winning money. You too can as well. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, field goals made. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing Signing up is easy. Just go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Best believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Boom. Turn it up, turn it up!
Let's go, 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 go.
Oh, man! Nothing gets me in the mood to go home after work and take a nap quite like that. How long do you think my nap was yesterday, Rob?
On a good Tuesday, normally it's a good day for napping. I'd say 3.5 hours.
My nap yesterday was 4 hours and 25 minutes.
I think you've gone past nap. Wow. At that point, you got more.
Just go to bed.
No, 3 hours and 44 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes and 4 hours and 25 minutes of laying down, but 3:44 is sleep.
Are you tracking? Is this a scientific?
Yeah. So pretty good nap.
Nothing feels better and worse And when you wake up and go, whoa, like, what day is it? The sun's up. Is this sun up or sun down going on?
I fell asleep and then I was awakened by a knock on my door. And it was someone leaving a package and leaving. So that pissed me off. So I went right back to sleep, though. And then,
was it a package you needed, though?
Yeah.
I mean, so it wasn't terrible.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was like they could have waited until I was done napping if they had
You
any.
need a little door hanger.
If they were polite.
Napping currently.
Yeah, please, please knock lightly.
Or teach your cat to go get it.
Yeah, that worthless cat. That cat cares about two things: sleeping and eating. That is it.
A cat with its priorities in order.
Yeah.
That's about all I care about most anymore.
No, you're right. Wow.
I'm older now.
I was younger than that then.
Priorities have changed over the years.
Those were the times. Those were the times. Some good news for Texas. Georgia's all-SEC linebacker, Smail Mondon, not expected to play with a foot injury. Aggravated a foot injury that he had last season. He's a likely second-round pick and one of their better players.
Bigger loss, him or the safety, the Texas safety, Williams?
Ooh. You know, it's interesting. That's kind of the most interesting thing about Texas is their defense has looked so good this year, but they have not played against an offense that can throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing their two toughest games have been Michigan and Oklahoma. Both of them are inept passing offenses. So that's going to be the real test for Texas. I ended up betting Texas -3.5, and the only reason I bet Texas -3.5 is because I think I don't think there's any money going to come on Georgia.
I think this is it. I do. I think 3.5 is where it's going to stick.
You think so?
I do. It hasn't moved. What's going to change this? We've got injuries on both sides now. I'm still seeing 3.5 today.
Yeah.
I don't think I think the money is where it's going to be. Now there might be a Friday night shocker, but I just think we're going to stay right around 3.5.
There's always a deluge on these big games.
But do you think it'll pull the number though?
I don't. Let me look at the current.
I'm not going either direction at 4. I'm not going either way.
Let's see. Texas. No, there's already 4s all over the place.
See, I'm not going to 4. I saw 3.5 when I got up this morning.
No, there's a bunch of 4s already.
So money's already coming.
Yeah, and my thought is if it ends up on the other side of 4, that I might try and bless you. I might try and sneak back and make a little on both sides.
If I had a feeling, and I don't, I have no feeling on this game. You pointed out one of the things that is of great concern, but it's not like Texas. I think Texas, if they can't throw it, be able to run it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just I'm not concerned about the offense. The offense is going to move the ball.
I don't think there's any. I mean, Alabama threw it around on Georgia.
Yeah, so it's a matter of the defense going to slow them down. What's Georgia's going to show up? Is the moment going to be big for a lot of Texas kids that might not have seen this kind of thing before, although it's becoming happenstance. There's a couple years of big games under their belt. I mean, are they going to be ready for this? Because Georgia certainly has been there and done that before, so they're not going to be thrown by the atmosphere. A lot of other stuff that in the mix that don't give me a feeling either way.
So my power ratings that I do, I've currently got Texas as the best team, and I've got them 3 points better than Georgia on a neutral, and I think Georgia's the second best team,
even more than Oregon.
Yeah, I like Georgia more than Oregon. If Texas beats Georgia, I mean Texas is
prohibitive favorite.
They are in my mind the unquestioned best team.
It's far and away the best, and it's hard to argue even now.
They're the ones that haven't really had a close game.
No.
The one time they trailed, they were down 3-0 to a team that they ended up stomping a hole in,
and
only let them score 3 points.
What do you take from the Michigan game? Because you can take two. It was a good win on the road against the national champion, but it was a bare bones team that is actually better today than they were when they played Texas. Michigan's, not bereft of talent, but I don't think Texas got the credit they should have for that win. And because they didn't, we still say they haven't played anybody. And I'm sure Sark's like, what do you mean we haven't played anybody?
They put up 31 points on Michigan. Holding Michigan to 12, okay, that's fine. I mean, because Michigan's offense is no good. But they put up 31 on that team, and
it was easy.
No one else is doing that.
Yeah, so I
hadn't seen anybody else do it.
The not having played anybody, yeah, I kind of get it, but because they haven't done it more than once. But for one weekend, that was as good a road win as anybody's had in the country. But we still look back and go, well, they haven't played anybody because of all we can picture is what.
That's a tough place to go play.
Yes.
It's hard to win on the road, man.
These guys won a national championship. They know how to win football games.
Yeah.
So that has not been given enough credit. I do have a bit of concern if yours can't start slow. You can't spot Georgia 14 points.
Yeah,
I
agree
will
with that.
say that. They can't. You don't get a couple of possessions to round into focus. They're going to have to start a little bit faster. That's the only real worry about the offense is just when are you going to kick it into gear and will it be in time? Because if it's slow, you're 2 touchdowns down, suddenly you get out of that terrible balance thing that I keep hearing on the other side of my fandom. That's the only worry I have. It's going to be a shootout.
I look at Georgia, what they've done so far, and I remember week 1, that Clemson game, I was like, oh, my God, these guys. And now, I mean, you talk about a win aging well, that's aged brilliantly. But then they almost lost to Kentucky.
Which has aged well. Kentucky's a good football team.
Well, but then you know what?
Man.
Kentucky lost to freaking Vanderbilt.
Well, Vanderbilt turned out to be a pretty damn good team, too. Welcome to the SEC.
They lost to Alabama. And then last week, they didn't look particularly good against Mississippi State, which might be the worst team in the whole SEC.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a orange and white playbook, I think, was looked at as much as
there was
any kind of bulldog playbook.
All right, we'll get back to that stuff. Let's go to the Buyers Barricade guest line and talk to our man, Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. Dr. Garrett, how are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
We are doing pretty well. Aiden Hutchinson, that was one of the grosser things. But I guess it's probably better when it's flopping around because that means it's a full clean break, right? Aren't those kind of easier to work with, or am I wrong in thinking that?
It's at least it's a clean break.
Yeah, it was terrible, and it twisted and rotated. So you got a lot of bone damage, probably a lot of muscle tearing, hopefully no nerve damage. That's a big risk. Obviously, there's no cardiovascular or vascular issue, or he would have bled out, so that's good. So assuming there's no nerve damage and not terrible muscle tearing, yes, it should heal pretty predictably, but not as good as just like regular breaking your leg. That was terrible.
So what's the process here? Despite the visuals, is the rehab any longer?
Well, probably because he's going to have, I'm assuming they're going to surgically repair it, put it back in alignment, put some bones, some stabilizers in there on the outside. So he's going to have external fixation. That's going to be on there for several weeks. Then those come out. He'll be on crutches probably for at least 6 weeks, probably longer because it's a big bone. So it's not like an arm bone or a wrist bone or a foot bone where it's like, 6 weeks and you're going to be pretty much healed up. That's a big bone. It takes a lot longer to heal. So, I mean, he's going to have to relearn to use those muscles that have totally atrophied. So you're looking at several months. It's a pretty big injury.
Will he play next year?
Yeah, he should, unless there was major damage that didn't show up.
So is it nonsense when they say he might be able to come back in the playoffs?
Oh God.
No, I don't believe that's even remotely a good idea.
Okay. The 49ers running back Jordan Mason, who's done a really good job filling in for Christian McCaffrey this year, sprained his AC joint. Explain what that means, and is that a pain tolerance issue, or what are we looking at exactly?
All right, so if you put your hand on your collarbone and you trace it out to the end of your shoulder, it joins your scapula or your shoulder blade there. That's your AC joint. It's a pretty weak joint. It's held together by some ligaments, some cartilage, some tendons run around there. And when you sprain it, that means to some degree, they didn't say exactly what the degree was, you've torn some of those ligaments, and so it's separated. That could be a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Sometimes, depending on their anatomy, like a grade 1 you can play through. That's a pain tolerance thing. Grade 2 and 3, now you're looking at full separation, which means you could end up having surgery if you're not careful because it's a pretty unstable joint. So if he gets hit just wrong or falls on it, he could make it a lot worse. If it's grade 1, you can treat that pretty effectively, and he can be, literally back week to week.
He is Dr. Jason Garrett of Veracity. He's making his house call, things that get people back in the game. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson has an oblique issue. Is it just me, or have there been a lot of oblique issues this year?
It does seem to be the issue for obliques in Major League Baseball and NFL. I don't really know why. Maybe they're training a little different. Maybe guys are getting faster, stronger. Some of these quarterbacks now are squatting and deadlifting and much, much stronger than the Tom Brady's of yesteryear. So if you have that much more power, a lot of times your abdominal muscles are what holds basically your legs to your spine and controls that stability. And so if you're too strong, you could potentially pull those. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. It does seem weird that we're getting so many oblique injuries this year.
So I came up with something earlier in the show, and Rob thought I was crazy. You tell me if it's crazy. Shohei Otani hasn't pitched all season long as he's recovered from Tommy John surgery. If the Dodgers decided, hey, we want you to pitch in the World Series, what kind of a ramp up would it take? And I'm not talking about like a full game. I'm talking about getting like 2 innings out of the guy. What kind of a ramp up would it take at this point, being a year plus removed from that surgery, to get him out there? And is it even possible at this point?
I think it's very possible if he's been throwing and throwing hard and throwing pitches with movement. So if he's throwing gutters, if he's throwing splitters, if he's throwing, real hard cutting pitches, and he's been doing that, yeah, no problem whatsoever. If he hasn't been doing that, it's probably the worst idea ever to go in and try to get a couple innings out of him, because that's when guys, it's always the guys that come in and just throw gas as hard as you can when you're not prepared for it, where bad things happen. You're more likely to either hurt your shoulder or re-tear that UCL and end up with another Tommy John.
Gosh, what a nightmare scenario that would be for a World Series win.
As long as you get the World Series win,
absolutely.
Forget it.
Lonzo Ball's about to come back to the NBA, at least try. And we watched last year Aaron Rodgers go through some cutting-edge treatments to get that Achilles tendon back and get him back in the season. Ball's gone through something rather revolutionary, I guess. He had meniscus replacement he had put in, and this is his last attempt to get back in. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, there's varying ways they do it. Like, I'm sure you've heard of microfracture surgery.
That's when you're cracking to increase blood flow, right? Kind of.
Yeah, so you go in and you make little microfractures in the bone where the cartilage defect is, and it creates a fake cartilage that lasts really basically like a brand new one for about 2 years. Now, they also have Carticel, where they take your own cells out, grow it in a petri dish, and then put it back in as a natural. Sometimes that works, or they can actually do a cartilage replacement. There are lots of stem cells, there's lots of peptides, lots of things that can help you heal much, much faster. The challenge with the meniscus is the inner 2/3 of it doesn't really have a dedicated blood supply, so whatever you put in there is not going to continue to heal. It's just a shock absorption tissue that erodes over time. So he could come back and play really effectively for 2 to 4 years before he has serious knee pain. I'm not sure if he has the talent for it, but he could physically do it.
All right, that is Dr. Jason Garrett from Veracity. Dr. Garrett, we appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
All right, thanks, guys.
Dr. Jason Garrett. I find this, you're always looking for the next frontier of medical science. What's going to be the thing that, we look back on and go, you remember when guys were out for a year with that, with ACL, and now it's like 6 months? The cartilage replacement, that's an everyday Joe kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that if they can get this down on athletes, suddenly guys like us who have the bad knees that are limping around, that's kind of, NASA gave us Tang, and the war gave us our Google Maps. Maybe
something good can come
these
from
pro
this.
athletes give us a little bit of weekend warrior help.
That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking.
I mean, sacrifice your body for my benefit.
That's right.
all I ask.
Dr. Garrett appeared via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. It's the idea that I don't know why I thought that. I thought if it was a clean break, then that's like the best case scenario, because then it's the easiest to piece back together. But he also said there was rotation, and I think they call that spiral fractures, and I think that's like the worst thing.
I don't want to see it, so I don't know what
you
it
don't
looks
like that.
No, there's some people that actively hear about it and go look it up. They're the same people.
Oh, I had to go.
So you also watch like pimple popping videos too, don't you?
No, I don't like that. But I knew that what I saw on TV, I needed to go see
Oh yeah.
if I could find some other angles, and I did.
I don't want to see any of that.
It started with a Theismann injury.
See, I can tell you where I was.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I can tell you where I was when it happened.
Yeah.
It marked me for life.
That's where it started.
His leg looked like an L.
Well, hey man, you want to play with the big boys?
What's the worst? Was this one worse than Paul George's or the kid from Louisville? What was the worst of the shatter? Or what about Tekulve's arm when it exploded when he was throwing underarm? What's the worst you've ever seen?
I always think there was now this happened in a couple fights, but I always think back. There was a guy named Corey Hill who fought in the UFC, and he was like a 6'4" lightweight, weighed 155 pounds. And he threw a kick. He was a super skinny dude. He threw a kick, and the guy checked the kick with his shin.
So it was shin on shin action?
And it was shin to shin, and the skinny dude's leg wrapped all the way around his leg and flopped back. That was the worst one I've seen. If you want to Google Corey Hill leg break.
Not gonna do that. What about the dude that had the giant blood clot on the front of his head?
Like a hematoma.
That
Dude, I'll show you.
Fighter with a giant hematoma?
No, I'll show you a worse one than that. I'll show you a guy that used to train at my gym has a famous injury. His name's Cyborg Santos. He fought a guy named Michael Venom Page, and he literally got his head caved in. I'll show you the picture during the break. It's insane. We'll be back. Hour number 4 coming up. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we start to wind down your morning rush hour, still working this wreck on the north side on Loop 410, westbound approaching McCullough. 2 right lanes are blocked. A 45-50-minute delay. It's heavy from Perrin Vital, so avoid it if at all possible. Again, this is Loop 410 on the north side, westbound approaching McCullough. Major accident, 2 right lanes blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
John McClain. Now, we talked to Indy Kalu about that last series by Buffalo. He joins us every Tuesday. And Indy said if he would have just taken these, it would have showed that he didn't have confidence in the team.
That's because when Indy went to Rice, he's not very smart. Give me a break. And you can tell him I said that. Indy's son is a lot smarter than he is because he goes to Baylor.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low, flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Get huge savings during the fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. At Ancira Nissan, lease this 2025 Sentra S for just $218 per month for 36 months, or this 24 Rogue SV for just $258 per month for 36 months. Stop in or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. The fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets? Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs fell 120-117 to the Miami Heat in their first roadie of the preseason, now going 2-2. In Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees took down the Guardians 6-3 in Game 2 of the ALCS. Game 3 of the NLCS is tonight as the Dodgers are in New York to take on the Mets. First pitch at 6:30 on ESPN AM 1250. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Number 4 of the Morning Huddle. Thanks for joining us. Man, you guys have done us right, as is noted by some metrics. You guys are enjoying the show, and we appreciate you for that. Tell your friends. Keep telling your friends. This is what we like to call a grassroots effort around here.
We'd like to congratulate Marissa Castillo. We gave her a ring.
Yeah.
She accepted our
Marissa,
ring.
we put a ring on it with Marissa.
Put a ring on it. That's right.
Yeah, girl. Put a ring on it. Sorry, Mr. Castillo.
Well, not everybody.
Maybe you should have brought better jewels
big
to the party.
Old diamondoid encrusted championship ring.
That's right, baby. Marissa accepted our ring.
She did.
You know what I didn't do? I didn't give away my giveaway.
What's the other? Oh, yeah, we got homecoming.
Yeah, you want to go to should I give this one away to the Brigade Bar or to the phones?
Well, we were just giving some love to the Brigade Bar. I think the very least we can do is that.
Okay. Somebody on the Brigade Bar is going to win tickets to the UTSA Florida Atlantic game.
Tom Herman coming to town.
Tommy Herm. Let's see, what kind of trivia question should I ask about UTSA? I know what I'll do. I'll do this one. The go-ahead touchdown with a little over 2 minutes to go in the game for UTSA. It was a touchdown pass from Owen McCown to this player, the first person to put that player's name up on the brigade bar. Now, of course, they ended up losing after that touchdown.
They were in the lead when it was done.
But there was a 38-yard touchdown pass from Owen McCown to this player. You get that, you'll be in attendance. You'll be there for homecoming against Florida Atlantic. Cam Fancher, who is like one of the worst quarterbacks in the whole wide world, playing for FAU.
It's a tough name, too.
Cam Fancher. He used to be at Marshall. But, yeah, he sucks. Although he looked good last week. Playing North Texas will make you look good.
You know, I heard Coach on the Blitz yesterday after he had talked with us. He wasn't in any kind of a better mood.
Well, no.
You know, this is one of those kind of wins that this is exactly what you prescribe. It's a worthy opponent. You're not going to look past them, but it's a team you should beat and beat pretty handily in front of what we expect to be a packed dome. So we'll be giving away tickets, and there'll be lots available. Go fill the dome on Saturday.
I hope so. I hope they fill it up. I hope it's
and they're playing before Texas, right? Texas plays
6:30.
So you can go and check it out and put on another color orange.
Congrats to Eloy Tijerina.
There you go. Who caught it?
Houston Thomas
There you go.
caught it. So we got our winner, and he will be headed on down to the dome. You know what, though? I might as well. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. I'm going to get this other one out of the way.
People are active.
If you're a fan of the comedic stylings of Kevin James, once known as the King of Queens.
For a while, a funny show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching his wife.
She was so hot in that show. So much hotter than, King of Queens and Family Guy are two of the shows where the husband to wife hotness ratio just doesn't make sense. And I never got. He was like what was he, a UPS driver?
I think so. Yeah, he was a delivery driver of sorts. Yeah.
How's he getting that chick?
Well,
he's a big fat guy. You think, okay, maybe he's got a bunch of money.
He's a jolly guy.
Come on, man.
He's a jolly guy.
It doesn't work that way in real life.
He was gifted with a tremendous personality.
It doesn't work that way in real life.
Could have been.
Personality only take you so far.
I don't think I'm not defaming the guy. I think he made some funny movies. His stand-up, I don't find funny.
I don't know that I've ever seen his stand-up.
I didn't know he was a stand-up, but evidently that's how he got started.
So you're not going to go to this show?
Well, I also have kind of
you're not really selling the show very well.
Well, about a year ago, I'm really not, and I'm sorry, but he was coming through on the rounds, and I've always enjoyed talking with comedians. I think, some of them I find very funny, and they have had good conversations, but I understand that, they've got a job to do, and so do I. So I like the polite conversation, but they also need to promote their show. That's why I'm having you on. This is your space. Go sell some tickets, and at the same time, entertain my listeners. Well, I had him on, and he acted like I was cross-examining him. Like, dude, this is for you.
Yeah.
I don't need you on.
Was he a big celebrity by this point?
Yeah, this is like a year ago. This wasn't that long ago. He was coming through, and he was going to the LOL. But now he's even in a bigger room.
Yeah, he's at the Majestic Theater.
He will never have him on these airwaves again.
Now, that's June 13th. That's a long time from now.
Wow.
But if you want to go see Kevin James on the Owls Don't Walk tour, June 13th at Majestic Theater, be caller number 2, because he treated Rob like number 2.
Well, no,
treated him like
I don't think he understood the gig. Maybe we got him in L.A. and I don't know what it was, but I'm like, this is for you, man. You don't need to act like I'm about to convict you of something.
Well, listen, when Kevin James is a big star, he probably feels like he's wasting time.
Look at that one.
People like us.
Big time in us radio guys.
Yeah.
Look what we can do to billion-dollar owners as radio
That's
guys.
right.
We can toss you to the rubble.
If you don't win these Kevin James tickets, you can buy them at livenation.com. Livenation.com. I'm imagining that show is going to sell out. Because
let's invite him back. If you want to come back on, Mr. James, and you know, be funny, you're welcome back.
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he'll come back.
B. Hannon says Peggy Hill hotter than Lois Griffin.
Oh, that's a tough one. I like the up hair though.
I like Lois.
I agree.
I like her curves
but
more.
Peggy Hill with the glasses that dip down.
Yeah. Peggy is pretty stacked though. Just a little plain in the face for me for a cartoon lady.
Keeps Hank satisfied.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know that she does, but
he seems.
I think he's easily.
He's hanging out in the alley.
Yeah, he's not worried about that. I think he's past his prime. Remember, she wanted him to get on testosterone, and then he turned into a steroid monster.
Some rumblings down here, Peggy.
She was like basically dosing him with testosterone because he refused to take it. So she was like,
rage.
yeah, like dropping it in his food, and it's like, what the hell? Turned him into a steroid monster. What a great show. I never get tired of the references of that show. I still remember the time when it's a clear night. Maybe we can watch the news in San Antonio. And then he said, San Antonio, who would want to live there? And then when there's all the dust in the air, he's like, I've breathed cleaner air when I was in Houston.
Who's the writer? Judge?
Yeah, Mike Judge, yeah. Brilliant man. Yeah, Freedom Ride. Peggy Hill was kind of a butterface. I think that's a good,
distant beauty.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Peggy Hill, though, is that in her mind, she thinks she's like ultra hot.
That's what you want.
Yeah. She does not lack for self-confidence.
I don't want a shrinking violet.
No. But she also has, what, size 16 shoes or something like that? A women's 16? Something crazy like that. She has to drive to...
That's a deal breaker, man.
She has to drive to Amarillo to the specialty store.
That's a deal breaker. You sure you need skis?
What a show that is. We were talking about the Georgia game, and I started thinking about, we're at the point of the year where now there's like full-blown elimination games happening this
Every
weekend.
week there are elimination games. It started last week, actually.
I think the Alabama-Tennessee loser is out.
Oh, yeah. Last week, LSU was eliminated. They're out.
Yeah, probably. Michigan and Illinois.
Well, I can guarantee you Tennessee loses. They're done.
No, Alabama would be too. They lost to Vanderbilt, dude.
Yeah, but they beat Georgia.
Yeah.
So they got a card in the game, at least. They're holding an ace. You know, they're going to need some other help, but at least, even if they lost, I still think they might, some weird stuff happens. If, like, for example, Alabama loses, but A&M wins out, they still might have a chance. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but I will say they ain't going. I'm pretty comfortable they ain't, but at least they'll have a card in the game.
They ain't going. But yeah, we're starting to see these games where you lose this game, you're done. And it's it's been that way for a long time. 2 games, it's hard to get in with 2 losses, but even more now, that just feels like that's there. I think there will be a 2-loss team get in, but I don't think Alabama and Tennessee are going to be one of them.
It's funny how the Big Ten is so top heavy that they haven't gone through their elimination games. Now, the USC Penn State game felt kind of ish, but no, they haven't gone through the gauntlet yet. It's the SEC is going to go through it here in the next month, and then the Big Ten will start separating with the Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan trios going at each other.
I think what we've seen, though, is what the SEC has done so far with this cannibalization is they've opened it up where we thought for sure there was only going to be one ACC, one Big 12 team. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Because of the losses? Yeah.
Yeah, because... And really, do we know who's good in the SEC?
Yeah, well, we know who's better.
Okay, do we know who's like a championship contender?
Yes.
Is Alabama on that list?
No.
Is Tennessee?
No.
Is Missouri?
No.
Okay, you remember at the beginning of the season, all three of those teams were considered to be that.
If everything shook out, but I will say
it was
so was
Texas, Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, and Missouri were the 5 SEC teams that everybody was like, these are the teams.
Yeah, but I think the last two you mentioned were the teams because they had a little bit of talent and a favorable schedule. You know, it wasn't that they were bringing back 20 starters and all that. You looked at, Tennessee lost a fair amount, but they had a pretty favorable schedule. They got to go to OU and they could prove some stuff and they could win some early games, and they did.
Oh, I get it. Oklahoma was eliminated last week.
Yeah, OU's done. Tennessee's going to be done. That's done. Who in the Big Ten do you go, nope, not going to happen?
Michigan.
I'll grant you.
Michigan's not going to happen.
But Penn State's still full
Penn State's
force
alive.
Penn State's,
Ohio State's still alive.
Oregon's still.
Oregon. Indiana is still undefeated.
So there's
Nebraska only has one loss, although Nebraska and Indiana play each other this week.
So they're going to start their attrition. But SEC's attriting earlier.
Yeah. Michigan's at Illinois this week. Illinois is 5-1. They're ranked number 22 and 24. I mean, if Michigan loses another game, there's zero chance.
And this is the great thing about this playoff, because who would have given a crap about Michigan, Illinois?
You're right.
But now this game matters, and I will go find it to watch.
Yeah, you're right. I think Clemson, if Clemson loses again, they're eliminated, and they've got, I don't know if they've got a tough game this weekend, but they play a 4-2 Virginia team, a rare ACC team with a pulse.
Clemson walks the line they're in.
Miami plays at Louisville. That's not a cakewalk game. So a lot of these teams, it's like these games are mattering.
We're looking for a reason to keep Miami out. I don't know why. They certainly seem of the quality to be in the top 12, but I feel like we're just looking for the reason to keep them out.
And I disagree with you that LSU's not eliminated. I mean, LSU won last week. Or Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is eliminated.
I think Ole Miss might be eliminated. And I forgot about them. They were the other SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
There was 6 SEC teams. And what's crazy is LSU and Texas A&M, who people didn't really consider as playoff contending teams, they're in that position now.
Because they had an easier schedule.
Now, I will say for Ole Miss, because they still have Oklahoma, they still have Georgia, maybe they can, if at 10-2, if you win all those games, maybe, but maybe. I don't see that happening. I don't see how, I just don't think they're good enough. But Texas A&M is in really good shape now because they did get that favorable schedule draw where the every tough game that A&M had this year was at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's starters. Now, Missouri is weaker than anybody thought they were going to be, and A&M took advantage of it. Awesome. Their road games are against Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Auburn. Like the dregs of the conference, and Florida. It's like...
It was, knowing that coming into the season. That's why that Notre Dame game was such a kick in the nuts. I mean, you just don't. It's not going to be that hard.
Because you don't have wiggle room
first
now.
Hurdle, right?
If they'd won that Notre Dame game, all they would have to do is split LSU and Texas, and they'd be in.
I completely agree. Now,
the
good news is
now if they split, it's like
what has been eliminated is certainly that the one thing that the A&M would not have been good at is they don't need a beauty contest. Because of that loss, they got to win. There's not an if, and, or but. You got to win, and that after that, you come through this SEC with one loss, even though there might have been by a field goal here and a touchdown there and, just barely here. It's hard to argue. You don't need the beauty wins like I do think the Big 12 and maybe an ACC school might need.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I also I love what we're. Oh, another team that I should mention in the ACC that is kind of flying under the radar, and I'd forgotten about them myself, but I don't know if SMU is going to lose another game. And if you go 11-1, in the ACC,
you're in.
You're probably in.
You're in, but you're the only one in. I don't think there'll be 2 in, unless you got an undefeated team.
I mean, you might have I guess they're still going to play an ACC championship game.
That is a good question.
If one loss SMU beats unbeaten Miami in the ACC championship game, do they both get in? I bet they do.
I get, well, we'd have to have chaos in the other conferences. You'd have to have some split and some surprising losses.
And somehow, this is what's weird about this new scheduling thing. So SMU, Clemson, and Miami, all in the ACC, could all finish the season unbeaten in conference play. So there could be an unbeaten in conference play ACC team that doesn't get to play in the conference championship
Now,
game.
keep in mind, this is in the reaction or the bounce from last year when an ACC team like Florida State
got left out of the play.
Got completely left out.
And rightfully so.
Do you get a rebound effect? Like, well, at least we got to let them in. Is there the?
I think
last year we screwed the whole conference, so nobody got any money.
I
this
think
year
they'll lean towards. They would lean towards letting them in. Tarek Scooble, my guy,
Scoobly Doobly.
I think so. No, Tarek.
Okay. Well, Tarek is
A.
the winner. Is the winner for Kevin James. So congratulations. You'll be going to see Kevin James at the Majestic Theater. I got to go to a show at the Majestic.
Beautiful place. Half the fun is being in the building.
It's majestic.
It is indeed.
I like that. All right, when we come back, we will dive into the world of non-sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
I hope you woke up this morning feeling good about yourself. Nothing paining you, keeping you out of life. If that is you, carry on. I have nothing to say to you other than congratulations. But if you're like the rest of us, you probably woke up with something that's just keeping you out of life. Maybe it's a slow back. Maybe you got a frozen shoulder. Maybe you're dealing with one of those sprains or strains you picked up over the weekend that just won't let you go and you got stuff to do. If that's you, there's a fix out there, and it's not in a pill and it's not in some kind of rehab process. It is a Rosti. Rosti providers are all around San Antonio, literally highly paid medical experts with one job in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. And what has made them so successful is how they do it. They don't disguise treatment with medication. They're not hiding the pain to get you out of there. They're fixing the pain. They're not prolonging the pain. They're fixing it fast. On average, under 4 visits gets their patients back in the game. So don't let life keep you from happening. So what do? Call them today. You don't need a referral. The number you need is 1-800-404-6050. They accept most insurances. You're out of excuses. Make that call. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti today. They're going to get you fixed, and when they do, come on by and thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What Mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
What is GMTVCC? It's a mouthful, but translation for GMTVCC.com is Give Me the VIN Classic and Collector Cars. It's a brand new buying division of Give Me the VIN, but it's for classic and collector cars. Experienced pro buyers will appraise an offer on your 1970 Hemi Cuda, or 1988 Fox Body Mustang, or your granddad's old 1985 square body Chevy truck. GMTVCC.com is where you go to get real money for classic and collector cars. To get paid now. That's GMTVCC.com. Brought to you by Give Me the VIN.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Do you want to add more fun to watching NFL games? Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Make sure you go download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com and start playing the Pick'em game. Love playing Pick'em just about every game I play. Love winning money. You too can as well. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, field goals made. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up is easy. Just go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
This is Rob Thompson from my good friends over at Tri-County Meat Market. You've heard me talk about great deals over and over, and there is no better deal in all of San Antonio than the 5 for 30. 5 items in a bag. You walk out of Tri-County with 2, maybe 3 meals in your bag. No better deal to be found either on Ralph Fair or out on Ebener. Tri-County Meat has everything to up your grilling game, and 5 for 30, go pick that up and come by and thank me later. Tri-County Meat Market.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yesterday, Jerry Jones hijacked our non-sports segment. So here we are today. A woman is looking for love, Rob.
Aren't we all?
It's a pretty good-looking woman, too. The problem is Shayna Hubers.
She in all the wrong places?
Yeah, like prison. She shot her boyfriend in the face and was found guilty of murder.
Oh, killed him, too.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
It was her on and off again boyfriend. He was about to go out on a date with someone else.
So it was off.
At the time, it was off. He's a 29-year-old. He had tried to end his relationship with Shayna Hubers, who was 21 at the time. And she is worried well, at least in her initial interview after being arrested for shooting her boyfriend in the face, she said she feared whether anyone will ever want to marry me if they know that I killed a boyfriend in self-defense.
That's a good fear. I think that's justified. I think she needs to understand that most people are going to think that's not a wise idea.
Now, she said self-defense, but she did shoot him 6 times in the face, back, and torso. She claimed that he had pushed her and thrown her around in the lead-up to shots being fired, but 3 of her cellmates testified saying she boasted about giving Poston the nose job he always wanted and laughing about his death. She told police he was very vain, and one of their last conversations was that he wanted to get a nose job, and I shot him right here. I gave him the nose job he wanted. I broke it.
But she wants forgiveness.
Well, now, 12 years since those murders, she did get married once since she's been in prison, but that's over now. She got married to a transgender woman in a 30-second jailhouse ceremony about 6 years ago. But they split after just 7 months. She's using the Write a Prisoner profile where she wants to connect with people outside of jail. And she claims others don't know what she's been through and is hoping to be a free woman soon.
Soon.
5'9", 115, lots of long, wavy, golden brown hair, big steel blue doe eyes, and a wide, bright smile and a heart-shaped face.
And
I also shot my boyfriend in the face.
As long as she's unarmed.
Although she still says false conviction theories. Her case was used for television ratings. Eligible for parole in 2032. She has been locked up since 2021.
Caged heat.
I don't know. What do you think, Rob?
Their conjugal visits?
Yeah. I mean, she's a good-looking gal.
Yeah.
But she shot her boyfriend in the face.
But, you date a girl in prison, and she can't get out for how long?
Till 2032.
So you got your weekends free. I mean,
It's true.
I mean, there's some benefits.
You could probably be with her and also
that's
get
what I'm
away with
saying.
a lot
All you
of
gotta
stuff.
do to keep her happy is keep her commissary charged. Make sure she's getting her ramen and whatever. And you got a happy girlfriend.
You could get away with a lot of stuff on the outside. You could have an inside girl and an outside girl.
And once she gets out, there might be hell to pay.
Well, what I would do is I would show up at her parole hearing and say I don't think she should ever get out.
Trust her. Trust me, I've been married to her.
Yeah, this woman is crazy.
Crazy.
A lunatic. There was an arrest made in Houston. Guess who got arrested, Rob? A Venezuelan.
Yeah.
What do you think it was
he
for?
A gang member?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Was he eating cats? No, those are Haitians. Sorry.
Yeah, wrong.
No.
Venezuelan.
The Venezuelans are doing far worse. Far worse. They're stealing the panties. They're stealing all the panties, all the designer panties.
I
They're
don't think this is a
taking
gang thing. So
it says a suspected gang member arrested last week in Houston was previously wanted by police for stealing $3,400 worth of women's underwear. That's a lot of underwear.
Was it for personal use or for distribution?
Cova is a Venezuelan national who Texas DPS says in the U.S. illegally. They're not sending their best. He's been arrested in at least 2 states for retail theft, but DPS agents say they believe Cove was a member of the violent Venezuela-based Tren de Aragua gang, or TDA, because of the tattoos on his arm.
That'll do it.
And last month, Governor Abbott signed a proclamation saying they're a foreign terrorist organization.
As every governor should.
TDA is notorious for their brutal violence and murder and their kidnapping.
But they wear cute panties.
They do have the sexiest panties. In July, he was arrested for stealing $4,000 worth of clothing and sunglasses from the Houston Saks. And then he was they shoplifted at the Willowbrook Mall, although he was never arrested in that case. He stole 180 pairs of panties from the Victoria's Secret store. Officers say he returned to the store on April 18th and stole more merchandise with a juvenile accomplice. You steal 180 pairs of panties, you go back to that store again? That's a bold strategy, friend.
I mean, is he just...
Were they granny panties?
Yeah, there must be little ones.
It's a secret.
Seems like that'd be kind of a big box.
A big box with small panties.
Big box of granny panties.
Yeah. Or some tidy whities.
No, these are the sexy kind.
So we'll know him by his panties?
We'll know him by, I think the whole gang you can kind of tell.
You see the thong?
Well, that's the way to.
So are they thongs? Is that what we're?
Yeah,
That's what we're thinking.
That's right. Finally, there's a list out, and this is, of course, this is in response to the Joker sequel, which apparently is terrible. I haven't watched it yet, but it's apparently pretty bad. There's a list of the most misguided movie sequels ever made.
Oh, yes.
We'll quickly go through the list. You tell me if you've seen these or not. Jaws: The Revenge.
I did.
It was bad.
There were several. That was just the next. They did 3 in 3D. Yeah, I've seen them all.
Okay, now this one's for you, Vic.
Okay.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Dreadful?
Oh, that wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
If you're a Star Wars fan, it's all good.
I didn't think The Rise was bad.
You're just eating whatever they feed you. You don't care. You suckers.
I am.
Suckers. Now, because you're a Star Wars guy too?
Yeah.
Does that mean are you anti-Star Trek?
No.
Okay. Have you seen Star Trek Nemesis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
this one's
still
bad.
Kirk. Yeah, that was not a good one.
Independence Day Resurgence.
Even the first one sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming to America, which came out just a couple of years ago. That was
But I'm willing to forgive them because we were in the middle of COVID, and that's was
true.
Huge.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it mattered.
Yeah. We needed stuff to watch.
Yeah.
We needed stuff to watch bad.
A Good Day to Die Hard.
Well,
that's the one where his son, he's got to go save his son.
By this point,
I thought it was a porno.
Well,
come on.
By that point, he was a superhero. He had gone from just being a cop who was just tired of his job to jumping motorcycles through helicopters and things like that. So
I agree with this one. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. So I'm a big horror movie freak, and the Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 4 was called The Final Chapter,
right?
And that was meant to be the end of the tale.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was the perfect ending.
Right.
Is that when he burned? Right?
And then they said, no, we made too much money with the final chapter. So we're going to do A New Beginning. And from there was a bunch of bad Jason movies. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. That is
real?
Oh yeah, that's a bad.
I mean, who plays Superman?
Christopher Reeve.
Oh, this is No.
Oh yeah.
I thought he broke his back like pretty early on. I think he only did one. Did he?
No, I think it was him. I think it was him. Yeah.
There were 4 of them.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I have no reason.
Oh no, I don't think it was Christopher Reeve. Look up who played Superman in Superman 4. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
You got me on that one.
And Highlander 2, The Quickening, which came out in 1991. Oh, Exorcist 2, The Heretic. This is a long list.
Yeah, Exorcist 2 was pretty lousy.
So there you go. That's I haven't. Have you seen the Joker movie? Either of you?
No.
The first one I found so remarkably disturbing, and it was puerile for
really
puerile's sake. I was exhausted by the time the movie was done.
I agree with that.
The whole movie nervous.
I agree with that.
I don't pay for that. I get that enough in my own life.
That's fair.
No, Superman 4 is The Quest for Peace, right?
Yeah,
it was Christopher Reeve.
Oh, he did He did more than one.
He said he regretted his involvement in the film. It's like in big old bold print.
Not my best work.
Yeah. How did he get paralyzed riding a horse?
I think he fell off a horse.
No quotes about him regretting riding that horse, but he regrets doing Superman 4.
It's a much better experience.
That tells you all you need to know. All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines.
I hope you woke up this morning, poured yourself a fresh cup of coffee, and tasted nothing but that perfect blend of caffeine and coffee. If the water got in the way, you got yourself a problem, and you probably don't have a Kinetico water softener. Kinetico is by far the best water softener you can have in this part of the world. They've been taking care of us for over 50 years. It's 80% more efficient than competing models. They got the awards to prove it. Their twin tank design versus the single tank that you can see on most brands proves to be the best available for what we have around here. And you know, when you put in at Connecticut, it's not going to add 1 penny to your power bill. In fact, your power bill might even go down because it doesn't even use electricity. Connecticut systems operate only when you need them, and it saves you water, saves you time, and saves you money. That's what they do. Now, let me tell you what they've got for you right now. If you call and get yourself a brand new Connecticut, you're not going to have to ever buy another water bottle again, because you're going to get, for a limited time, with the purchase of a brand new Connecticut water softener, you're going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station installed in your kitchen for free. And not only will it be just the standard reverse, it's going to be the pretty ones, the ones that match your kitchen decor, and there's no extra cost there. It's purified water right from your sink, and you know what that means. You're boiling pasta, you're not worried about that. You're making coffee, you're not worried about the junk in the water, and you're not going to need to buy those plastic bottles, and we know what that means to the, not only to your budget, but also to the environment. It's the best offer going right now on the best water softener. I shouldn't have to offer you a bunch of reasons to convince you to call Connecticut. So many of us have them, and we got them without any kind of deal because we knew we were taking care of the most important investment we've got, our homes. Now, you might be renting and still want that quality. You can certainly rent a Connecticut right now. They'll let you try Connecticut for 90 days free. It's free, absolutely no charge to it. What are you waiting for? Probably the number. Write this down. It's 656-PURE, 656-7873. Call that number today. Get yourself a Connecticut. I know you're going to thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we got a huge college football game coming up this weekend, Texas and Georgia. So let's talk about it with our good friend Bob Ballou from KI Sports.
Plus, more fallout from Jerry Jones' tirade yesterday on the radio, his comments from the owners' meetings. We'll discuss the Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If you're looking for something light and refreshing to drink, give Love Street Blonde from Karbach a try. One of the best beers you'll find in Texas, a Kolsch-style blonde hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has a clean malt profile you're going to love. Check them out wherever you get your Karbach beer.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah. All right. What do we do every day this time? See how we can make some money, friends.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located there at 281 and Bitters. All right, friends. Rob, the time's finally arrived.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are aware of what goes on today. Game 3 of Lady Basketball League.
Finally, they build up enough drama.
That's right. Libbity bibbity. I got good news. Stewie's okay after she got some threats.
Well, it's her wife got some.
Everyone's okay.
Some angry emails.
Stewie's a lesbian? I didn't see that coming.
She's on the well,
I mean,
yeah.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed.
When in Rome.
I'm not here to judge. That's just wild to me.
But her wife got a racist email.
Oh. Is that what it is? Man. Was it racist or was it anti-gay?
I think a little bit of everything. I said racist. Bigoted.
Bigoted.
Yeah, a hateful, mean letter.
I hate hate. So,
I hate hate, too. And I hate people that hate.
Yeah.
I would kill them all.
That's the move. But it looks like everybody's okay, and Stewie should be good to go for the game tonight.
Don't poke the bear.
It's a 1-1 series. It's now transitioned to Minnesota. Liberty minus 3.5.
That's about right.
Okay. Total 159.5.
Although I do like the Lynx.
You do like them?
I do, but this is the Liberty. They've been there and done that.
I'm actually hoping we get a Game 5, and if there's a Game 5, I will hammer the Liberty. They're going to win the whole thing. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to win it in 3 or 4. That's the 4 or 5. I do like a football game tonight. Sam Houston against Western Kentucky. I got news for you, man. Sam Houston's pretty dang good at football. I didn't see him being this good, yet here we are. They blew out UTEP, big deal. But their only loss so far this season was to a Power 5 or Power 4 team, and that was at Central Florida before Central Florida rolled over and quit. But Western Kentucky, I think we're starting to see maybe some chinks in the armor. They almost lost to Toledo. Obviously, they took care of business against UTEP, but I like Sam Houston here. I like having home field advantage. So give me the Cats to eat them up tonight and win by at least 3 points.
Everything. The line hadn't moved. It opened at 2.5. It stayed there. They started with an opening over at 54.5. It's now at 55.
Yeah, you got a feel on this one?
No,
You're sitting it out.
I don't know anything about Western Kentucky. I know what Stephen F. is.
Yeah. The other game going on tonight, Florida International and UTEP. God, UTEP is so bad. I want to back them here because they are 7-point home dogs. Florida International is, to put it, so UTEP is probably like one of the bottom 5 teams in the country, right? FIU's maybe bottom 20. So how far is the gap between really bad and putrid is the question.
I mean, on this, don't you just go, I'm falling on the home field?
I want to. That's what I want to do. I don't know if I can, though. I mean, UTEP, they've not been competitive in a game. I mean, give me one game where you, like, the game they were competitive in? The game they lost to FCS Utah. When you lose to a D2 school and you're competitive in that game, I'm not giving you credit for it. And that was at home, by the way.
Yes.
That was at home. They played Sam Houston at home, lost by 20. I can't trust them. I should. The numbers say I should back UTEP here, but I can't. I just think they are broken.
Yeah, another part of this is, of course, we all crave college football. But if I'm the head coach or an athletic director and a network comes to me and says, hey, we got an idea. We're going to take away a Saturday home game, and we're going to play on Wednesday night. So we're going to take away that Saturday experience. We're going to put your bad team on national TV. How much money would it take to offer for you to say yes?
My guess is that it's a conference thing and they don't have much say on it.
Well, play a Wednesday after a Saturday game and then take another week and a half off and lose a home day. It just seems like, man, what is the point of a Wednesday night game between FIU and UTEP? I mean, really?
They got to play.
Yeah, but why not on Saturday so you get a whole experience instead of
What's the experience, Rob?
Well, I'm just saying I'm a UTEP alum, and I only get a couple of weekends off that I'm free.
You ain't going to that game.
Well, I might. But you're going to play it on Wednesday night, so nobody can come in from out of town. There's only going to be 1,000 people on a good day, and now you're telling me we're going to put it on TV. You're going to have to write me a pretty good check for
You
this.
got to expose your program somehow.
Well, my daddy always used to say,
I want to keep this program
it's
a
better
secret.
to be thought a fool than speak and prove it. We think you suck, but let's put it on TV and let's prove it.
Yeah, if I had a crappy program, I wouldn't want to shine a light on it. I might say, yeah, put us
Saturday at 3, man.
Yeah, we'll take that. Actually, in fact, we'll take a 3 a.m. kick on Saturday morning.
Considering, you're already suck, and you got 2 days of practice for your next game.
Yeah, probably not going to go well. It's funny. The last 2 teams they played, Sam Houston and Western Kentucky. So the other teams that are playing tonight. So UTEP trying to avoid falling to 0-7. The good news for UTEP is if they win the rest of their games, they'll be bowl eligible.
There you go. There's always a chance.
Yeah, and so all that'll take it now. November 23rd, they're at Tennessee, but crazier things have happened, right?
Well,
no, probably not. That would be about as crazy as it gets. But yeah, they are on TV, regardless of whether we want to watch it or not. I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to watch that Western Kentucky Sam Houston game. And then I'm going to try to go to bed at a decent hour so I can prepare for the weekend of good football.
We do have baseball tonight.
There is a baseball game tonight. The Dodgers and the Mets, total of 7.5. Dodgers starting to take a little money here. Looks like -115 on the Dodgers, -105 on the Mets. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Buehler. Luis Severino for the Mets. I'm going to go with that total over 7.5. I think that's the play. I do think that there's runs scored in this game. Walker Buehler's been unreliable. I don't know if they. I mean, the Dodgers could blow up, and the Mets are too hot and cold to trust. But I think the Mets are going to get at least a couple runs on the board. Who knows what the Dodgers? I see at least 8 runs, so I'll go over.
I got a little update. If you're going to the game tonight,
the Mets game,
avoid driving and utilize mass transit. Extra 7 trains are going to be going on the LIR.
Okay.
Just if you're trying to get in, they're expecting a lot of traffic.
Okay. So all you guys who are listening from Queens,
I got this text.
From who?
I don't know why. I'm reading it right now.
Why the hell would you
plan
get
ahead
that?
for weekday traffic congestions and leave? Oh, I lost it. And leave yourself plenty of time so as not to miss any of the in-game action.
What an odd thing to send you.
Heavy traffic is expected. I get it through. I bought some Mets tickets a couple of years ago, and
That'll
I think
do
I'm
it.
getting it through their system.
I was in Tempe for a baseball tournament like 2 years ago.
And you're still in Arizona State.
Yeah, I took my son and a bunch of his teammates to go see Arizona State football play, and I still get ticket offers every week. It's like, I don't want to go to this. I'm never going to go to this game.
Go see Scattaboo.
No, I'm not going to go all the way to Tempe.
Sun Devils.
And plus, you got to walk up a lot of stairs to get to that stadium.
I've heard tell that
it's like literally climbing a mountain. It's a cool venue, but I'm out on all those stairs. It's too much. It's too much. You know what we didn't talk was the Spurs game, and I feel bad about it.
Well,
it was a preseason game.
I will tell you this. They're good. They're not great. They're average. That's a nice thing to say.
Okay.
It's been a couple years since you walk in a game. It's middle of the second quarter. You got our guys playing, their guys playing, and you go, you know what? We're competing. We are competing. We not be successful all the time, but it is not like it was. That's my takeaway all this preseason is suddenly we're a real basketball team.
By the way, the Daily Line is brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. There is one more game I want to ask you about, Rob. The Portland Trailblazers are hosting Ratio Farm Ulm.
I had to look them up.
What do you know about them?
They're a very good basketball program coming out of Ulm, Germany.
Okay.
They have 2 teams. We're getting the good one. They play in the Bundesliga, the basketball league there, coached by the great Anton Gavel.
Okay. The Trailblazers are 36.5-point favorites. Do we back Ratio Farm Ulm?
Well, it depends
tonight?
on Komas Klepscheis and Kareem Jallo. If they show up, they might cover that 36.
I think this is the last time you'll ever hear the Blazers as 36.5-point favorites. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage.